The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sport.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Got a whole sheet of content here.
Loads.
What?
Loads. Yeah,
So,
you heard me.
That is the title of the show already. That is Jason Ross, shock jock that he is.
Gross.
I am Carmichael Dave. That
Welcome
is,
to Loads of Content.
that's Christopher Lod. That's be a good morning show name.
It is.
Chris, do me a favor. Good morning. I know it's early in the week for favors. Would you mind re-racking the commercial that played directly before the show started, please? You know the one I'm talking about. Let me know when it's ready. So, it's Monday. It's a good Monday. Niners won.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Easy win.
Imagine going into, let's say, I don't know what everybody's job is. I know most of our audience's jobs. I don't know everyone's.
What is that?
I don't know either. It's
Keep it over there.
a black string of something.
That's
See you
not a
later.
string.
So, I'm just gonna, Jason, give me an occupation, random occupation.
Let's go with civil engineer.
Okay.
Okay, you want something else?
Yes.
Grocery teller.
Thank you.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, let's say
Grocery teller.
What are they called?
A cashier?
Sure.
Right.
At a
Okay.
grocery store.
A checker.
Checker. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll go a step further. Let's say you own a grocery store, Jason's Groceries.
Yeah. He didn't like my civil engineer.
And and let's say that you are in a conglomerate of grocery stores throughout the Sacramento region, right? There's Jason's, there's Chris's, there's Dave's. They're all owned by the same, same
Bonneville.
person. Right. But yes, we'll call him Jonathan Bonneville.
Yeah. Johnny B.
Johnny B, good guy. You
Yeah.
love Bonneville
Yeah.
and you love working it. Everything's great.
Okay. Business is good?
Mondays, 7 a.m., Jason's Grocery opens.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you all work under the same umbrella, but also if Chris's Stop and Shop is dominating Jason's grocery outlet, you're going to hear about it because it all goes in the same coffer. But then the bosses go, "Hey, Jason, you're not doing well as Chris's grocery outlet or Simone's Stop and Shop." Wait, it was Chris's Stop and Shop and Simone's Stop and Go.
What about Dave's?
And Dave's dirty laundry. I don't know. Whatever. I have a laundromat.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're all under the same umbrella. So you open at 7 a.m. on Monday. But before you open, you have to get on everyone's in and say, "Hey, we appreciate you coming to Jason's grocery outlet. But if you ever get tired of us, go to Chris's Stop and Shop. They've got great deals going right now. They've got 2 rotisserie chickens for $10. And maybe there's some people that are like, I like Jason's grocery outlet, but I really need some chicken. I'm going to Chris's Stop and Shop." All right, now please play that, would you please?
Sometimes you're feeling like country music.
Last night we let the liquor talk. Heart, don't forget something like that.
Make sure you check out New Country 105.1 KNCI.
Okay, so that's what we're doing here, and it's happened forever, right? Where was Tom? Where was Cody? They
Cody
tried.
was the end.
They tried. Huh?
Wasn't Cody at the end?
Oh, was that Cody?
Yeah,
or was that?
Cody's at the end.
Oh, was that Cody? I thought that was like voice person. Okay, that was Cody. Yeah, where is Tom? So first off, you're insulting Tom. They cut the thing at 2 p.m. He was sleeping. Yes. So first off, and this has gone on. They just changed it up. That's why it caught my ear this morning. They probably changed it up months ago.
I'm pretty sure that it was the same one for approximately 5 to 6 years.
I think you're right. Now, is this a recent change up or am I just noticing?
No, it's recent.
Okay.
I would say the last couple of weeks.
So they've refreshed it, and and the person putting this in the rotation, I'm 99%. Now, this is where you guys just leave me alone here because I don't want to drag anyone with me.
No problem.
No problem. All right. You log off for a moment. This is where I believe it's our director.
Stocking the shelves.
It's our director of programming that is doing, and I get the logic to it. But, God, could you put it at 3 a.m.? Could you put it any time other that is not the first thing. The first thing I do not want to hear coming into the program is an advertisement for another radio show, which is technically a direct competitor, even though we love them and we want them to do well and we're all under the same roof. They're a direct competitor to us. They are other entertainment on the air at the same time we are, plus I think an hour. Let's say they have 5 hours, right? 5 to 10? Yeah, something like that.
I logged off.
Yeah, sorry. I told everybody to log off. Now, here's the crappy thing. I don't know how to delete anything because I don't know how to run the boards. So I'm like, I can't do anything about it unless I try to get somebody to come on my merry little adventure of probably getting in trouble with the superiors. But God, I need to learn how to, because I swear to Christ, I would go in there and just delete it.
So you could get someone else in trouble.
No, because what would happen is they would say, who deleted this?
No, they would assume the person running the board deleted it.
And the person that would be running the board, I would hope, would say, I didn't delete that. He did. Which I would be fine with. I would give permission. Throw me under the bus. I'm not going to do it. I can't. But
should we make one that they have to play?
That's what I offered before. I said, okay, fine. Can they play something that...
Do you really want us to hear the same country song again?
Right. We know you love Brooks and Dunn, which we're giving away tickets to today.
Ironically, the morning show at KNCI is giving away Kings tickets.
Are they?
No.
No.
But I'm pretty sure they've given away more Kings tickets this season than we have.
I mean, they probably have. That makes sense, too. So, Brooks and Dunn do the Boot Scoot Boogie. Is that them? Do we know? Boot Scoot Boogie. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I like that song. I've said that before in the 900 fights I've had with our boss about this. What if we can, Jason, hey, we know you love your country, but hey, if you want some sports, tune in to Sactown Sports. We've got funny things like this. And then, Chris makes a sounder. You say, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. I'm not in it. Like, I'm the Tom of that. And then at least it's even. And the response I always get is, well, we run Kings promos. Okay, that's not personality-driven ads. Oh yeah, 4 minutes. You take over. You take over a second.
I thought I logged off.
No, you log back on real quick.
Oh,
all right. Log back on. I have to go get someone real quick. Hold on.
He's going to get someone, Chris. Who do you think he's getting? I bet he's getting Tom.
No, he's getting Pat. Pat's
That's the source.
The source. I can hear Pat.
So tomorrow, do we just cut a thing right before the show that just says something about this show?
Yes.
Yeah. You and I, and we'll sing it.
I could hear him talking down the hall.
How do you think it's going?
It's Dave being very neurotic.
He didn't come back with anybody.
He walks up and immediately goes, "You're in the middle of something, aren't you?"
They're in the middle of something.
Who would have thought that they would be in the middle of something during their show?
I mean, sometimes, they're
probably talking sports.
They are. Anyway. So, needless to say, you know what?
What?
There is a, I'm not going to get this right for all the MMA fighters out there, so relax. But there is a, what would you call it? I don't know if it's a rule, a philosophy in the art of jiu-jitsu. And the whole thing about jiu-jitsu is the weaker person can beat the stronger person. And you don't meet force with force. You use the opponent's force against them to try to win the thing. So I have fought for years to try to get this, at the very least, if not off the station, at a different time, and certainly not as we're opening the program on a Monday. And I have failed. So you know what? Honest to God, here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to do a KNCI read every other break at some point. I'm just going to fill it in when we don't have reads. I'm just going to do a KNCI read every break. And you know what? They can't get mad at me. Because what am I am simply doing what they're asking. We are co-branding, and now I just need to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to come up with 6 KNCI reads. I need to make them up on the fly. So I need to go down there and do some research and find out what they're promoting. There's got to be a show. I'm sure they put on amazing shows. Maybe it could just be the mornings. I know there's other shows on the station. I don't know any of Pacey's on, I think, at some point. I like Pacey. There's a midday guy I've met before, but I don't know his name. And then there's probably an evening. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's do this. Today is January 22nd, 2024, and I am declaring it KNCI Day. Are they still New Country 105.1? Or because I always mess that up with the Zone, and I know it's not the Zone. It's
AutoZone.
Yes. Wait, hold on. I know this. The Zone is not the Zone anymore. The Zone.
Are you really doing this now?
Yeah,
What?
he's doing it now.
The Zone 100.5.
Figure it out now, or we got to go.
What?
Yeah,
Figure
it's
it
an
out
hour-
now, or we got
Are
to
we
go.
over?
An hour later.
I will figure it out during the break.
No,
But I-
got to do it now.
No.
Come on. There's Mix 96. There's New Country 105.1 KNCI. And there's
Come on. Let's get it now.
100.5. Now 100.5. I see what you were doing. It's like Chris is being awfully bossy today. All right. Anyways. So if you're tired of sports, 105.1 KNCI. What do we know what they are? I got to find out what they are in the HD. Or we're going to lead it off. Next, the Niners are going to the NFC Championship. Do that every year. What else is new? The Kings did not miss a free throw all weekend. Somebody put something out there on the text line. I appreciate that. They have an opportunity tonight, and half the team is out. And I like seeing this in here. Tara Vanderveer becomes college basketball's winningest coach. Congratulations to her. We've got highlights and so much more. Hey, as far as guests go today, we've got a banger. Frankie Cardicelli will join us at 8 a.m. Matt Barrows for Niners at 9 a.m. and more. Sit back, relax. It's Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Laud right here on Sactown Sports.
The 49ers earned the NFC's top seed.
On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite!
Join all of our shows. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles, and Watkins. And the Drive Guys as they follow their quest for a 6th Super Bowl title.
Pressured right away by Young and sacked by Eric Armstead.
Sactown Sports is your home for San Francisco 49ers football.
San Francisco!
Have you ever envisioned having $500,000 in advertising to conquer the remodel market, but felt overwhelmed at the thought of going it alone? Now you don't have to. Join Subcontractors United and share your advertising with 2 other contractors in your trade. Get $500,000 in advertising for only $1,042 a month. We are so sure this will work that we're giving away free advertising until June 2024 to qualified contractors. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
There's the long snapper. 1st and 10, Green Bay. They have 2 timeouts left. Love out of the shotgun. Deep drop. Crusher gets chased out to his right. Will throw on the run back middle. It is intercepted. Go down, Dre Greenlaw. Running back the other way. Secure the ball. Will run back the other way. They're trying to strip it from him. Big play, Dre. Goes down. Green Bay has 2 timeouts left, but the 49ers have the football.
34 seconds to go in this game. 2 interceptions for big play, Dre Greenlaw.
Hold on a second. Let me go back to this clip. Just bear with me. I'm just going to play the beginning of it.
There's the long snapper. 1st and 10, Green Bay. They have 2 timeouts left. Love out of the shotgun. Deep drop. Crusher gets chased out to his right. Will throw on the run back middle. It is intercepted. Go down, Dre Greenlaw. Running back the other way.
You know what? Turnabout is fair play. You got to be balanced on both sides. You criticize when you criticize, and I'm a big believer. You have to have the ethics to praise when they're. Tim didn't say a word during that whole thing.
Right.
God bless him. Because 90% of the rest of the color commentators, big interception, go down, which is what we were all saying at home. Tim kept his discipline. Good on him. He's an excellent broadcaster. I just want to point that out. That's something we poke at all the time with other broadcasts, and he nailed it. Great call by Craig Papa. That's the first I've heard of that call, which is great because he was doing what I was doing, and I think every 49er fan was doing, which was simultaneously freaking out at the Greenlaw pick and then screaming, go down, just drop to the ground, please. He's waving the ball around like a wacky wild foam finger guy, and I'm watching every Packer come in taking karate chops at his hand.
I was saying, score! Cover the spread.
He was.
Wow.
He was. Oh, would that have done that? It would have, huh?
I think so.
Wait, hold on. They won by what? They won by 3 or 4. What did they do?
3.
3.
I believe, right?
Yeah, it was 9.5. Oh my goodness gracious!
So get the pick 6 and go for 2.
That you might have, you might have given something away there. This was honestly, I'm going to admit it. As we were heading into the 4th quarter, I'm sitting there preemptively on my couch. No, I was in my backyard. We had friends over, Spades night, and I am preemptively just like my wife and the other couple that were over, like it's starting to get quiet. I'm not doing anything, but they just know like it's getting quieter and quieter. I've like got my arms crossed and I'm just like watching, and I'm just like going into this catatonic state. I think I'm rocking a little bit like our guy Scott Marsh when he plays the game of golf. And I'm like in my head, I'm sitting here and I'm going, they're going to lose. They're going to blow it. We're in a 4-game losing streak with the Kings. FSU didn't make the playoffs. This has been the worst sports month of my life. I hate the world. My kids are stupid. They're not, but that's what I was thinking. And then they came back and did something they don't do under Kyle Shanahan, Jason. They won.
Yes.
They won in the 4th.
So you unfolded your arms.
I
gathered
did.
The family over, the Spades friends. You're like, I love life.
I love you. I love you. That's a movie reference. Yeah, dude. That was that took a few weeks off the old ticker.
Yeah.
But they won.
They did.
And we're going to talk about that today. And next up, the Lions, which is kind of lame.
Why?
Because if the Niners weren't in...
You want it to be Tampa?
No, I'm saying, well, kind of. What I'm saying is if the Niners weren't in it, I would be all in for the Lions.
Oh.
100% all in for the Lions. And I will not be happy if the Lions beat. I won't be like, well, at least it was the Lions. But I will be a tiny bit sad for the Lions if the Niners beat them. Just because that's it. Come on, how do you not root for? Honestly, the best Super Bowl would have been Lions-Bills, I think. Just because I like the narrative part. Like 2 complete losers facing off for the championship. But if the Niners win,
yay,
they get a Super Bowl rematch.
That's right.
Of their only 2 Super Bowls they've lost. Ravens or Chiefs. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
To go out there and win. All this, it's all tough now. It's a
4 games we've dropped. We can't have a 5th one. We're a top playoff team, a top team in the league, and we got to figure it out. We should have figured it out by now.
Oh, well, Domas, I 100% appreciate what you're saying, my man. God bless you. But I will disagree with only one thing he said, which is you absolutely can have a 5th. It can happen. Like, it really can. And they need a win tonight, Jason.
Must win?
There is a theory floating around. There is a thought exercise.
Oh, this sounds like it's coming from social media.
Well, it might just be coming from me.
Oh, okay.
Might be in the team's best interest to lose tonight. Because thank you. The Atlanta Hawks are playing without Trae Young and several other players. A couple of those players, including DeJounte Murray and Clint Capella, are rumored to be Sacramento Kings trade targets. Kings win tonight, then they go out on the road. Maybe they have a crap road trip, and we've pushed things ahead. But if they lose, it might force Monty McNair's hand to finally decide this ain't it and make a move that's going to benefit us far more in the long run than a single win against the lowly Atlanta Hawks.
I think it hinges on this game.
Yes, I do. Oh, you faded it. I was waiting for the drums to kick back. No, probably not. It could.
Sure.
Could. This could be the camel that broke the straws back.
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
The what?
You know what I said.
Yeah, I do.
This could be it, Jason.
Okay.
This could be the one. Maybe this loss. Maybe Monty's sitting there going, "Nyeh."
I'm switching over to KNCI.
I got a question for Chris. Chris, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Sacramento Kings are rumored, could be false, rumored to be interested in Miles Bridges. What do you do if they acquire Miles Bridges?
I would be happy.
You would?
Yeah.
Really? That's shocking to me.
Why?
Miles Bridges, Charlotte Hornets, not Mikal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with it.
Okay. There's a lot of Kings fans that straight up are like, by the way, I'm not judging. Just saying, there's a lot of.
I wouldn't be cool with it.
Okay. I was going to let it go. Like, I'll talk to you during the break.
I would not be cool with it.
Yeah. So with Miles Bridges' history, there are quite a few Kings fans preemptively saying, here's the thing, from a basketball standpoint, Miles Bridges is as close to the perfect acquisition as this team could have. You're going to get him a lot cheaper than his value. He's locked into a deal, and he solves a lot of the issues this team has. Not all of them, and it's not as good defensively as I would want, but he's the definition of a young potential star that is probably not long who's probably on the cheap. The problem is the reason he's on the cheap is for extreme domestic violence. And there are a lot of Kings fans that have been very vocal about if the Kings were to acquire him, that would be a problem. So it's just a little wrinkle in the rumors. And again, by the way, maybe there's no interest at all, and it's a bunch of crap.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see. All right, real quick, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3. Out to Clardy. This crowd can feel it, and they are chanting Tara. Win 17 for the Sacramento Cardinal, but an even bigger one for Tara Vanderveer in the history of the game with win 1,203. Tara Vanderveer surpasses legendary coach Mike Krzyzewski to become the all-time winningest in NCAA basketball.
But it's girls. Let me explain why this is insane. Even for those rolling with the whole "but it's girls" thing, and you're out there, you can make an argument that's a lot harder. Here's why. You don't have the same, at least for her, the duration of Coach Vanderveer's career, you don't have the same infrastructure the guys do. You don't have the same money rolling into it. You don't have as big a staff. You don't have the scouting. You don't have the analytics. And I'm not saying they don't ever, and they haven't improved. But you want to talk about, in some cases, having to do an even crazier coaching job when anytime. No, and by the way, this is no disrespect to Coach K whatsoever. But look, Duke had 8 advanced scouts and all the analytics in the world and millions of dollars. Whereas Coach Vanderveer, it's that's Fred coaching Wichita State, and we'll get some stuff there. And to be able to constantly have that cycle through of players, it really is an amazing thing. And also, weirdly enough, how many people knew she was on the verge of becoming the winningest coach in college?
Right.
Where's the ESPN cut-ins? Where is the social media outpouring? There has been a little bit, but I think it's absolutely fair to pump that thing up a little bit.
Sure.
So Stanford coach Tara Vanderveer, college basketball's winningest coach.
I think I saw too some stat or some graphic where they said I think she has more wins than all but 5 programs in women's basketball.
Oh my God, are you
something
serious?
as ridiculous as that?
38 years at Stanford, just turned 70, 5-time national coach of the year, 3 national titles, 14 Final Fours, 25 Pac-12 regular season titles, 34 trips to the NCAA tournament, the 3rd highest winning coach. You know who that is? Also women. And I believe currently active, right? I don't think he's gone.
Gino?
Yeah, Gino Ariema. He's still with UConn, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, we will take a break. When we come back, let's go around the NBA. I can tell you this much. Kings did not make me angry at all over the weekend. At all. They have an opportunity to do the same thing, make us all angry tonight. We'll find out in just a second. It all just comes down, folks, to energy. But before we get to that, I want to remind you, hey, listen, if you enjoyed this segment, appreciate it. But if you're ready for a change, 105.1 KNCI, country music, amazing. The best country music ever, honest to God. And, oh, by the way, we're giving away Brooks and Dunn tickets a little bit later on today. I just wish somebody would come out to my house and make sure everything was okay and not charge me any money for it. But wait, hold on. That exists with American Energy. $0. And normally this is a $99 deal. It's not. Not now. Not till the end of the month. You better call. Because this thing expires January 31st. That's the end of this month, kids. $99 value gets you a test of your system, connections, and all the moving parts to make sure it's functioning properly. Call today to schedule that appointment, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. A-plus rating, Better Business Bureau. Making America proud since 1981. Greater Sacramento area. Instead of America. Well, I guess they are making America proud. Via the greater Sacramento area. And if you ask me, all of America is the greater Sacramento area. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. All right, 17 days out of the trade deadline. What are we looking at? We'll get to that more next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Morning rain on this Monday. We'll taper to just some showers as we go through later this morning and into the afternoon. We'll stay under mostly cloudy skies with highs near 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The recent storm has caused dangerous driving conditions for us. The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down. Be alert and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Start your year off right with a great lease deal on a new Toyota. Shop a wide selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs from the most reliable brand on the road. Right now, get $1,000 bonus cash when you lease a 2024 Camry. Or when you finance with Toyota, get $1,000 bonus cash on the all-new Grand Highlander gas models. Or $1,500 bonus cash on select 4Runners. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Excludes hybrids. Ends 1/31/24.
Time to get your tickets for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration, February 4th at Thunder Valley. Inductees include Matt Barrows. Go to Ticketmaster.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
I'm just going to read this story once because I've already seen social media. The Stockton Kings have a new GM, Anjali Ranadive, stepped down. I think it was Friday afternoon.
Yes.
To the press release was to pursue her PhD and continue with her conservation project. She has, I believe it's called Jaws and Paws. I think it's up in Loomis. Anyway, I don't have a comment on it other than good luck. Listen, I'm not immune to the fact that when you have an owner's child, excuse me, I apologize. When you have an owner's offspring, she's a grown person, there's always, whether it's Stephen Jones in Dallas or Jeannie Buss in LA with the Lakers, like it's always going to get scrutiny. I'm just going to leave that to other people because one thing I learned is like, if I owned a team and my daughter wanted to be involved, I would probably involve her. Like all bets are off when it comes to your kids. Mm-hmm. So I am happy to criticize Vivek Ranadive on basketball decisions, on business decisions, on if he does something I don't agree with, or the Kings in general do. I'm all in on that. I'm just saying I'm staying away from the kid stuff. Like I'm staying away from family stuff. That it is what it is. Whatever. I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her tons of good luck, and I hope it's Dr. Ranadive. You're a doctor when you get a PhD. Is that automatic? Like, if you get a PhD, are you automatically, like, called doctor? I thought. No? Do we know? We don't know.
Automatically?
Well, like, I thought that was it. Like, you have medical doctor, obviously. But, like, my cousin Gabrielle, she went to school for, like, 30 flipping years and finally got her PhD, and now she's doctor.
There you go.
Which I make fun of her all the time about it because I'm like, well, how do you fix my arm hurts? Well, I'm not a medical doctor. Well, then why do you call yourself doctor? But that's a thing. I think if you got a PhD, you'd be Dr. Ross.
No, I'd be Dr. J.
Oh my God, you would. You should do that.
Yeah.
Is that why you wanted to be a vet?
Yeah.
That's right. You did want to be a vet, huh?
I'm still almost there.
Could you handle, though, the whole, like, sick animal?
I did. I worked at a vet. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I gave dogs and cats shots.
Okay.
Living together.
Did they need them?
I'm not.
No, that's why I'm not a vet.
And they were liquor. It was liquor shots. I'm not immune to the whole like sick dog, make it better, bark, bark, lick, and go on. Like, awesome part of being a vet. But you think you could have handled like, oh, dog hit by car, like its legs are off, you have to put it down. Like that end of it, like the crap end of being a vet. Like, wouldn't that that would send me into a spiral of depression? Not that it takes a lot.
Right.
But that's the part.
That would be difficult.
Oh,
but yes.
I don't know how they can do that. I read this thing on Facebook like a couple weeks ago. It killed me. It was like talking to people that take their pets in to be euthanized, right? And it was allegedly from a vet. It might have just been somebody making it up. And they were like, be in the room. Be in the room when you put your animal down. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had somebody bring an animal in to put it down, a dog, a cat, whatever, and they're looking around for their owner because they think they did something wrong. Be in the room. Like, I know it's tough for you. It's tougher for them. They're dying. And I was like, tear. Like, it's so true. But like, my God, being able to do that. 1-800-912-1140.
It's also helpful if they say, hey, this dog has a different owner. We can't do anything with it.
Oh, dude. The one thing I love about Chris is his ability to pull things just right out of his rear end from 6 years ago.
Oh, is that how long it was?
Yeah, I think it was. That's a reference to when we had to put our beagle down that we had saved, that Jody Bacon found abandoned. We took over Maggie and had her for, I think, 4 or 5 years. Finally, we had to put her down. And then we do the whole goodbye. Like, kids are crying. I take Maggie in. We're getting ready. You're all worked up to do it. Like, okay, I can do this. I'm ready. Like, you're dreading it all weekend. It was on a Monday. I take her in, and then they go, oh, yeah, she's chipped, and you're not the owner, and you have to get permission from the owner. You don't remember this, Jason?
No.
And I'm like, I don't know who the owner is. We've had her for 5 years. They left her in an abandoned house. We have to get permission from the people that abandoned her in a house to put her down. Yeah, that you basically have to. We have the number. So they call the number. It's disconnected. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to send a letter, and they have like 10 days to respond or something like that. So we had to wait. Maggie comes back home. We got to wait 10 days. Like dead dog walking here. Explain that to the kids. That was a blast. Hey.
Maggie miracle.
Maggie got a reprieve at 11:59. The governor called. Anyway, 1-800-912-1140. Hey, are you tired of trying to put your animals down and then having a last-second reprieve? Well, KNCI, country music all day long. They will save them all. The Kings have not played for 3 days. They are now in the 8th seed.
They're losing ground.
Yeah, they are. Well, though, the funny thing is you lose ground when you lose. And they have lost 4 consecutive games, 2 of which were in heartbreaking, horrible fashion. And then losing to an Indiana Pacers team that you already kind of have a weird rivalry with because of the Halliburton trade. But no Halliburton. And you still pretty much, and by the way, not really a close game. Like, not really.
Yeah, deceptive at the end.
Deceptive at the end. Not close. I was thinking over the weekend, Jason. I have my rankings here. I want to see if you're right. So I'm writing them down just so people know that we're not cheating here. The last 3 losses in a row were all pretty darn hardcore. How would you rank them from most devastating to least devastating? I'm talking about their last 3 losses.
Most devastating, Phoenix, Milwaukee, Indiana.
Okay, so Phoenix, Milwaukee, Indiana, we 100% agree. And it's funny that when you're talking about the Indiana team that you traded Tyrese Halliburton to, making their one visit to Sacramento on your first game back after a road trip, you're at home, you're pretty much at full strength. They're missing their best player, and they beat you, and they beat you pretty solidly. And that's the least bothersome loss of the last 3. That kind of tells you where the Kings are at right now. Could they lose tonight? Yeah. It would make a ton of sense for them to lose at home against a team they just beat and that team doesn't have their best player in Trae Young.
Yeah. And as you look at the West, too, overall right now, they did drop to 8th, but they're a game out of 5th. The weird part is that they're starting to get some separation now from the top 4. Like, obviously, the Kings' goal is to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Again. I'm sure they'd love to be a top 4 seed. That's going to take some work now between Minnesota, OKC, Denver, and the Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Kings are fortunate enough to get in as a playoff team,
right?
At this moment, it looks like it would be as a road seed. And then they also want to try to avoid the play-in. And so right now they would be in the play-in.
They are 4 games back of the Clippers, who are in the 4th seed.
Yeah.
And they are 6.5 back of the Timberwolves, who have a 1-game lead over the Thunder and the Nuggets. You saw Oklahoma City go in there over the weekend. Anthony Edwards missing, well, really 2, but 3 straight free throws, down 3. Oof.
Hey, missing free throws.
Hey, what do you know?
Yeah.
And you know what? Because of you, I'm watching. Although that is not a Wolody from Minnesota.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's the number 2 seed. No?
Missing free throws to win a game?
Okay, well, they lost at the Celtics. They lost at the Mavericks. They lost at home to the Pelicans, at the Knicks, at the Thunder, at the Sixers, at the Pelicans.
And to the Kings.
And to the Kings. Maybe they did. Maybe it is Wolody. Well, you know what? If that's their worst loss of the year. Oh, wait, hold on. What about at Toronto, 97-94 to start the season? Wolody? No? Okay. It's interesting the way the West is shaping up, Jason. You're absolutely right. And you're right. The Kings have to figure it out. But you know what? Here's the thing. Plenty of season left.
Yeah.
And they can.
Yes,
they can.
Right. They got hot in the second half last year.
And they've lost 4 in a row, and I don't remember exactly what the show was like after their 4th loss last year, but I imagine it was this. I think that's exactly what it was. I think that's a quote, Jason.
Yes.
I think that's an absolute quote. We'll take a break. When we come back, NFL playoffs, non-49er edition.
Non-Niner.
We will get into that and more next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper, also known as Drapes, here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. That's where I got my gorgeous black-on-black EQS SUV. I'll be honest, it's the most stunning car I've ever owned, and let me tell you why I love it. First of all, the minute you step inside, you feel like you're driving a luxury vehicle. Plus, I love the onboard navigation system, and I tell you what, my kids just love the front seat and rear seat heating option. You know how it is up here in Northern California. You got to have that during the winter. And of course, during the summer, you got to have seat cooling. Well, my Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV has that as well. Go see my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. They believe, guys, that when you buy the world's finest car, it should be an experience you'll never forget. It's the greatest car shopping experience I've ever had. They were tremendous. The ease of buying, they just made it super simple. It's just 30 minutes from Sacramento, right off of I-5. And of course, you can always go online at mbofstockton.com.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's no secret to golf enthusiasts that Timber Creek and Sierra Pines in Roseville are one of the region's most unique and scenic places to enjoy a great game of golf. 27 holes, boundless options. Elevate your game on our newly renovated driving range, putting green, and chipping area. Whether you're aiming for fun, lower scores, or all-around growth, we've got you covered. Experience golfing dreams in Roseville and book your tee time at timbercreekgc.com. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, your ultimate golf haven.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
This is the answer to one of my Twitter questions over the weekend. What is a band that has a song you absolutely love and you just really can't? You want nothing to do with anything else they've ever done. And this was my answer. I said I love this song. It's fantastic. There's not one other Smith song I would say Tolerable is the best.
You don't like This Charming Man?
I don't like Panic, and I don't like the 50 others that were suggested to me. The Smiths are second only to Radiohead, where it's like, do you really, somebody said to me over the weekend, once you understand Radiohead, it all makes sense. Like, are they speaking Latin, dude? I understand Radiohead.
Do you?
I don't. Do you? You're listening.
Doesn't sound like you do.
You're not hearing Radiohead.
Yeah. You hear it. You don't listen.
Listen. There you go. Is that what it is? Well, I heard Steven Sims return a punt.
Sims tracking forward, and he makes the catch at the 34. Starts right, cuts up the middle, 40, 45, 50. Sims still going, breaks a tackle, angles to his left, 40, 30, 20, 10. He's going to score. Rock and roll. Touchdown. Steven Sims to the house.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. I don't know what John Harbaugh said at the half. But going into the half was
score.
Yeah.
More.
Like, I don't know if it's possible to be winning when you're tied, but if it is, the Texans were doing it. Like, all the momentum was on their side. The stadium in Baltimore had that flutter, the same flutter you hear at Golden One Center when, we're down 12 in the second and miss a free throw, just the and they were getting to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, they had all the momentum in the world. Baltimore came out and was like, no.
Yeah, we got this.
No,
now.
we've got this.
And Lamar went nuts. They couldn't handle him.
No.
Yeah.
They went absolutely nuts.
And they would host an AFC Championship game since the first AFC Championship game after the 1970 season with the Baltimore Colts. Lamar, he'll hold it himself, runs to the left, he's to the 5, Lamar's in, touchdown Ravens, they're going to have a championship game in Baltimore.
Is that when he ran into the tunnel?
Yeah, he had to go potty.
Where'd he go?
He had to go poop again. Yeah. John Harbaugh on second half adjustments.
We're edgy and we're mad. We got a lot to prove, and I felt that was kind of the feeling in the locker room at the game, and everybody just kind of took a deep breath and said, all right, it's 0-0, gave up a big punt return, and it's our game to go win. We got to go take it.
Uh-huh. Well, they went and they took it. And kind of a similar thing with the Buccaneers and the Lions the day before. Baker Mayfield looked great.
Rashad White, shotgun look now. Blitz coming up the middle by a safety. Pass caught ball by Rashad White. White to the 10, White to the 5, 3-2-1, touchdown Tampa Bay.
3-2-1.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
Yeah, that is my guy. That honestly might be him in Philly, but Gene Deckerhoff, obviously Florida State, it is where I know him from. But that might be my favorite voice in the whole Gall Dang League.
Wow.
So it was 17-0.
Papa.
Well, I mean, that doesn't even, obviously, second favorite voice. 17-0 at that point. And there were some questionable play calls, I think, on the Bucs' part towards the end. In the end, the Lions won 31-23. They've won 2 playoff games now. They are going to the NFC Championship game to face the 49ers at Levi Stadium. And I completely understand this. I think every single person that isn't a 49er fan is rooting for the Lions.
I think so. Has it become like the Cubs when they finally made it to the World Series? It's like people just root for someone that hasn't done it. You see the joy that they have in Detroit. Like that place was so loud. They were going crazy in that game.
Dan Campbell talked about what the team means to Detroit.
Well, I think it's important, right? You can't – I don't know if it's – it's not the first thing you think of if you go to L.A. or just in general, right? You got the sun, you got the beach, you got plenty of other things going on. And here, man, and it's harsh winters, right? Auto industry, blue collar, things aren't always easy. And I just think that's, that's what we're about. And that was – you want something the city can be proud of. Though you can look at those guys and say, man, I can back that guy. I can back that team. I can resonate with those group of guys. They're kind of salty. They don't quit. They play hard. And so I feel like we've done that. And I think these guys, they have a kinship with this city in this area, and they love it, man.
He's a guy that I would say from his opening press conference to just some of the things he's gone through, really has done a nice job of turning that around.
You got to give credit. They showed ownership. I forget her name. Took over 4 years ago in the Ford family. And the work that she has done, including hiring Dan Campbell. And then the trust in Dan Campbell. Remember that first year where he was crying? I love these guys. Yeah. We're going to turn it around. Like, he had something there. And we would have open conversations, Jason, about, like, can a rah-rah coach? Is he that guy? Like, is Dan Campbell strong enough in the X's and O's world to really do this? Or is he, just a great motivational speaker? Yeah. Well, it turns out he's doing what he needs to do, and his staff.
And even a guy like Jared Goff, who, again, you get drafted as high as you did. You made a Super Bowl in L.A., and you moved, they move you. And he's been okay, but now it's like he just keeps plowing through these seasons, and he's done a nice job.
He really has. He's putting together a good career. This will be his second, I think, NFC Championship. Mm-hmm. I know he had one Super Bowl appearance. And then we move on yesterday, Jason, to the what many thought would be the game of the weekend, and I don't think it disappointed. Buffalo, Kansas City. These guys just kind of pair off into their own league and just play each other every week.
I'd be for it. It's awesome.
It's just so incredibly entertaining. Travis Kelce breaking records.
Touching the 3-yard line. Edwards-Helaire in at running back. Under center, Mahomes with 3 tight ends. They're going to throw a tight end screen left to Kelce, trying to angle to the far pylon, stretching out. Does he have it? Does he have it? And do they give it to him? Yep. It's a touchdown, Kansas City, and it breaks the record as Kelce able to get his elbow touching the pylon on the far front side. And that now sets an all-time NFL postseason record. Mahomes to Kelce 16 times.
Well, a lot more to talk about with this game, but let's just shorten it up. Buffalo fakes a punt and goes for the Disney movie with Damar Hamlin. This is real life. It's not a Disney movie. That got stuffed hard. They get an absolute break when Mecole Hardman fumbles through the end zone. I hate that rule, but
your favorite play.
I hate that so much. But they got the touchback. Anyways, it all set up. Tyler Bass, after Josh Allen spent 2 downs going for the deep ball when they were leaving Stephon Diggs and everybody underneath wide open. We could spend all day if we were any sort of radio station back east. And we'll talk about it later on the Buffalo Bill play calls and or Josh Allen's decisions towards the end. But they were still in a position for a very good kicker in Tyler Bass to hit a 44-yard field goal to send it once again to overtime. Mm-hmm. And, oh, my God.
44-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap by Ferguson, hold by Martin, kick by Bass is on the way. And it is no good. No good, wide to the right.
As Jim Nance said, the 2 worst words in Buffalo are wide right. Again, as a Florida State fan, I can 100% empathize, but they exercise their demons at least. Buffalo never has. put out a God hates list yesterday, and Buffalo is 100% number one as the most hated U.S. city by God. Sacramento too.
These are official?
These are official. Yeah, these are actually official numbers. Oakland 3. Now you may say, well, they had 3 rings for the, no, they've lost all their teams. They at minimum are 3. And then I think still Detroit 4. I think we're, you still got the Pistons and the Red Wings and the Tigers. They all suck. And the Lions are just figuring something out, but still, and it's Detroit. So in this case, I don't know, dude. Like, that ball looked like somebody pushed it. That wasn't even close. That thing's for like
the wind, you mean?
Yeah, but like I think it was too dramatic for it to be the wind. Like he kicked it, and as soon as it got above the pile, it just said "fing" to the right, and I don't know what the hell that was, man. Well, I do. It was a missed field goal, and Tyler Bassio's bad about it.
I feel terrible. I love this team, and it hurts. This one hurts bad, and I got to do a better job. Totally.
Well, there you go. And Patrick Mahomes earlier this year was at the little meeting with Josh Allen. Remember, he was like, "Oh, that's a bad call," and he was bitching about.
That's right.
Yeah, well, here he is talking about Josh.
I've been on the other side of that. It's tough. You put in so much effort and work every single game.
When were you on the other side of that?
Last year, or 2 years ago, losing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or whenever it was.
Oh, whatever, dude. He's been in the AFC Championship every single year. He's been a starter. This is an unprecedented start for a quarterback. Yeah. Not Brady, not Favre, not Montana. We're not there yet. He's still too young, but I think we're about 2 years, would you say, away from like legit GOAT conversation, right?
Maybe sooner.
I think maybe sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Probably last year.
I think last year we started it. I mean, he's not Brady level yet, but we got a break. I was going to say, where is he right now? Let's say he retires after this season, wins the Super Bowl. Is he the GOAT? Second greatest of all time? We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got 3 for Madness coming up at 7:13. I want to talk more about Patrick Mahomes a little bit as well. We have post-game audio from that game. And where do you go again if you're the Buffalo Bills? Obviously, we're going to focus on this game because it was, again, just play it all the time, dude. Play these 2 18 times a year. We're right back right here on Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like discovering a refund tree has grown in your backyard.
I'm the refund tree.
Sawing off its branches.
Hey.
Feeding them through a wood chipper.
My branches! My beautiful branches!
And dancing in its refund rain. Start for free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store. And I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Don't miss out on limited-time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Uma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned certified cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our certified cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
In the shag bag, if you want to become better at golf, maybe consider moving to the southern parts of the United States. According to the USGA, 8 out of 10 states with the lowest average handicap are situated either along or near the country's southern border. Lowest handicap is Mississippi with an average of 11.6. California comes in 35th with average handicap of 17.1. Where do you fit? Want to gain another 20 yards off the tee? Move up another set of tees. Don't let your ego get in the way. Each of us can only hit the ball so far. If you're not reaching the par fours in 2 shots, go ahead and move up a tee. You'll make more pars and a birdie or two, and your enjoyment will go up twofold. Meredith Lebeck, Director of Player Development at Granite Bay, says you can sharpen your putting skills by playing a game similar to horse on the putting green. Each person putts with the person closest to the hole winning and the others in the group getting the first letter, such as a G in the word golf. Spell golf, and you're out. Try it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Time to get your tickets for the Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame celebration, February 4th at Thunder Valley. Inductees include Matt Barrows. Go to Ticketmaster.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, I'm confident in this team. I'm confident in Josh. We have to continue to grow, and I think a piece of you want to get to a game like this as healthy as you possibly can. That's not the reason why we lost, however.
I want to remind you, we know you love your sports, but you want to change it up. 105.1 KNCI, country music, baby, and we're giving away Brooks and Dunn tickets later today. So the amphitheater, June 8th. PDR's coming up too, by the way, speaking of.
That's right.
A couple weeks. I'm looking forward to that. We'll have I'm sure we'll have a bull rider. Has it been a year, or do they do one in the summer?
No, we had one.
Okay.
Not that long
so
ago.
I'm not tripping. I feel like we had one not that long ago. So our good friend Kirk will be bringing in a bull rider at some point. We always love having those.
I think we already did.
What for this? Don't they bring one in week of? I thought too. No, am I wrong? I thought
twice a year.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought I could be wrong. Yeah. I know they came out when they announced it. I always thought we got one week of. Maybe they're bold.
That was an interesting interview.
Why, Chris? Why was it interesting? Just interesting.
Yeah.
The content.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. It's a good post interview too.
Being told in the room, get him off the air.
Yeah, our guy, he had he was free speaking.
He was.
And he was passionate.
Mm-hmm.
And he might have said a couple of things that were fun for the YouTubes.
Yeah.
And by the way, good morning to everybody in the YouTube land as well. You can also text us at 916-339-1140. Another classic Chiefs-Bills matchup. I feel for Buffalo fans, dude. First off, you live in Buffalo, and it's snowy and weird. Secondly, you went through 4 straight Super Bowls and lost every time. And now you've hit this roadblock with the Chiefs. We saw it with the Jazz. We saw it with the Sonics. We saw it with the Knicks. I'm just using basketball terms with Michael Jordan. Not that Patrick Mahomes is Michael Jordan, but he's not Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
In the NFL, I like the comparison to Steph Curry as far as NFL. I've liked that for a long time when it comes to him. And talking before the break, Jason, it's okay. He is on a path to be the greatest football player of all time. Ain't there yet, on the path.
Yeah.
If they win the Super Bowl this year, in your opinion, where is he?
Well, that'll be his third.
Uh-huh.
And he lost one as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all these championship games. I mean, to me, it's just one of those. Now you just need to let the career play out because he's going to continue. I mean, every time you see all these stats, it's Mahomes is the youngest or the first or the quickest, all those things. So I think he'll just continue to add. And he's, to me, the other thing that he's doing is he's killing other legacies. Like Josh Allen is a phenomenal quarterback.
Yep, he is.
Lamar Jackson's a phenomenal quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is in the AFC. Not Josh, Herbert. There's a lot of good AFC QBs that he's killing them. And he's taking away opportunities from, Manning and Brady did that to other good AFC quarterbacks. And now Mahomes is doing that, keeping, some guy, Tua was in the MVP conversation, whether or not he's a phenomenal quarterback, but there's some good QBs. I think the AFC is loaded with them. And if it's always Patrick Mahomes getting there, well, people will won't live up to what potential billing they could have.
So as you said, this would be his third. He's got 6 Pro Bowls, 2 MVPs. If he wins a third Super Bowl this season,
there's not many QBs that have done that.
Does he pass both? He passes both Manning brothers when it comes to
Super Bowl victories.
Mm-hmm. I think if you ask most people, they would say that even right now he's probably ahead of Eli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need more time for him on Peyton, but that's okay.
Okay, so
that's part of it is longevity and stats. And
if he wins his third Super Bowl, here's a couple of guys that have won 3. One of which is a little, So Steve Young, 3 titles, 1
where he played.
Does he pass Steve Young if he wins this year?
Again, he needs more time.
He needs more time.
Yeah.
So you're not ready to put him
tracking all
sure.
of this.
But
stuff.
I'm saying in this fantasy land, he wins the Super Bowl this year and he goes, you know what? I'm done. It's been a great career and love y'all. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to be I'm going to take full ownership of the Royals.
Well, and there's some charm in that when you stop early, we don't know.
Right.
So could he have ended with 7? Maybe it was 3 and his career fell out. I don't think it would have.
Right. Me neither.
But, there's more lore to a Calvin Johnson. Barry Sanders has great numbers, but
Jim Brown.
What else? Patrick Willis stopped early.
Yes, he did.
So
who's the guy I always forget with the Niners too? Copeland? No.
Yeah.
Chris Copeland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who stopped after his
1 year.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what he's doing these days. We should check out. We had him on the show the year after he retired. He was very, very active.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out that Chandler Jones and Antonio Brown are talking about doing a podcast together centered around I think they want to title it legitimately CTE.
Wow.
And you might have seen, I don't know if you did you see Chandler Jones's new tattoo?
No.
It was a tattoo of his spiritual wife. And it turns out she is, I think, an artist who's married to Big Sean. Chandler's and Antonio Brown both, it really sucks, man, because they're not doing anything that you can't commit them. but like they're not right.
Yeah.
And that is kind of an example. It doesn't hit everybody the same way, but they both look like they're suffering right now. Anyways, back to Patrick Mahomes. So if he won the Super Bowl this February and retired, it would be a big what if, but he's not ahead of Young for you.
I mean,
it's tough. It's an argument.
Yeah, for sure.
And then ahead of it, Troy Aikman, he has 3 of his own.
Right.
That would be a tough one. I think that's kind of where I think that's the level he's at right now. He's at that Aikman, Young, Eli. You know, you can throw United.
What?
You think he's past Eli?
Yes.
Okay.
Eli has no MVPs.
Yeah, we talked about that. He's got 2 Super Bowls, but he's not passing Peyton. I agree with you. Mainly because
but I mean, I feel like it's just time.
Yeah,
like
it's tracking.
He's going to do all of this.
This is also a very interesting year for Patrick Mahomes too, because what Patrick Mahomes is doing, in a sense, is probably the best argument against Brock Purdy for the Purdy haters. Because what Mahomes is doing, he's starting to kind of mold into that Brady mode where he's getting paid a ton of money. They shore up the defense, and they basically say, you're going to make it work on offense. Because Tyreek Hill's gone. And
Kelce will be gone soon.
Kelce will, but that's his thing. He's got Travis Kelce, who's nearing the end here, and then you got Mecole Hardman, you've got Rashee Rice, you've got Edwards-Helaire. Like without Patrick Mahomes, I don't even think the Chiefs sniff the playoffs. Maybe they sniff it. And I think the Chiefs it's an interesting thing to step back and go, a lot of people wrote off the Chiefs and keep forgetting that they have Patrick Mahomes, who's the biggest difference maker in the game. And here they are again. Like how it almost after the fact, and him going into Buffalo on the road in the playoffs. Now, after the fact, you go, well, how did we not have the Chiefs in there? And oh, by the way, I believe Baltimore favored by 2.5.
Probably they're home, better seed, better record.
I can't, and I'm not trying to steal Friday's content here. I absolutely refuse to pick against the Chiefs until they lose. That's just, you know what? That's my rule now. I don't care if it's Chiefs and Niners. If it's Chiefs and Niners, I'm picking the Chiefs. If it's Chiefs, well, it is Chiefs Ravens, I'm picking the Chiefs. Like at some point, you got to say, this is the biggest difference maker in the entire NFL. As long as he's healthy, they got it.
Proven it.
And for the people arguing against Brock Purdy, I would say, yeah, the one thing they might have is if you put Brock Purdy on the Chiefs right now, what are they doing? I don't think they're in the NFC Championship game. Patrick Mahomes is just a unicorn. All right, we'll take a break. Quick break here. When we come back, 3 for Madness. We'll talk about Brock Purdy. Also, the Hawks, no Trae Young tonight. What would a loss mean? And what's your confidence level going into Championship Sunday, Niner fans? We'll get to 3 for Madness, brought to you by Firewings next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
The world has changed a lot these last few years. You can do pretty much anything from your home, including order your new Honda from Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Check out our great selection at StocktonHonda.com or come in today and get pre-approved all in the blink of an eye. Stockton Honda makes buying a car simple and stress-free.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
What's that?
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big old nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, Chris, I sent you the question. You can answer on the air.
What is wrong with you?
I'm taking a poll. See if it's unanimous. He's $500,000 on the line. You got to pick one. Welcome back. Well, Chris is thinking it over. I don't think he's thinking it over. I think he knows.
No, I'm like,
are you really?
Forth,
yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Jason and I were pretty quick.
I would say something else.
You would say something else?
Yes.
Oh, 2-1. Okay. Jason, what's going on with the breakfast burritos now? There's a couple times now. Now, did you get like a...
I told you. I got them at Costco.
Oh, you did? You did tell me that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oof. Was that on the air?
Twice. 2 times.
I quit sniffing glue, man. We really had a full conversation about it? Oh, my goodness. I have no memory of that.
I think it started off that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
breakfast
wow, you've
burrito,
never brought
right?
it.
You don't
I
bring it.
know. I went to Costco.
I do remember.
Got out of there with less than $100,
Yeah.
but I got a whole bunch.
Well, I remember all that.
Okay.
I don't remember the...
And then I think another time, I think you brought up that, wow, maybe that was off air, but
yeah.
Coming
up Thursday.
So this is the third one.
This right here is the third one?
3 more.
My goodness. So, yeah, so Thursday I'll inquire.
Okay.
Again,
That'll be the last day.
Okay, so how many more do you have left? About
3 more
Oh, yeah.
that I just said. There were 6. This is the third. That leaves 3.
Read the room, dude.
So Thursday will be the last one.
Yeah, but how many are left?
Oh, no, there's 9 left.
There's 9 left. You like them? Glad you purchased them?
Mm-hmm. Okay. They're yummy.
Somebody said to me over the weekend that, by the way, it's Chris Borland, not Chris Copeland. Sorry, everybody. They said that they tried to make an argument that Sean Penn should have won a Best Supporting Oscar for Spicoli. When you look at his body of work now, that was like such an insanely good performance by him.
Actually, retroactive, he gets it.
It kind of made me think, like, you know what? It's not bad. It's not a bad argument.
There are 3 Oscar winners in that movie.
Forrest Whitaker.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Penn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did Jennifer Jason Leigh win one?
Yes, she did. Oh, wow. That'd be great. You go have a re-release. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oscar winner, Forrest Whitaker. First he's gonna kill us. Yeah.
And Judge Reinhold.
And Judge Reinhold, who is still with us.
Yeah.
I hope he's in the. Is he in the Beverly Hills Cop this summer? I hope. He has to be. Well, what is
he somehow looked older in Fast Times at Ridgemont High than he does now.
Yeah, how did that happen? He's got that Ralph Macchio gene. I hope so. I miss me some Judge Reinhold. I want to see a buddy cop film with Judge Reinhold and Steve Guttenberg. Where have they been? At once upon a time, they were hot actors.
Yeah.
Anything they were in. 3 Men and a Baby. Wasn't Judge Reinhold in one? Was it with Kirk Cameron where they switched bodies, like the father-son thing? Or was it called father-son? You know, the whole
like Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Dudley Moore was in one. I swear Judge Reinhold. Vice Versa. Vice Versa is what it was called. And I went on a date to go see that with Julie Steelman in 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a
Where's
memory.
Julie today?
But I can't remember the conversation we had about the breakfast burrito. All right, 3 for madness. Christopher Laud, question 1.
Oh, to answer your question, he will be in the new Beverly Hills.
Yes. Well done, Judge.
Yeah.
I think his friends call me Your Honor just to be D-bags. Probably. Question 1.
How do you think Brock Purdy played on Saturday night?
Well, looking at his numbers, 23 of 39. He had a touchdown, rating of 86.7, QBR 61 point. I thought he played like garbage for the most part, and then he brought it back together with a really good drive. It wasn't just the fact that he should have been picked twice. Like, should have been picked twice, wasn't. So maybe you get lucky. You know, everybody gets lucky. There's a reason why defensive backs aren't wide receivers, but twice. And it wasn't just that, Jason. It was like, you even look at the George Kittle had that crazy drop, but it looked like Purdy had the yips. The amount of balls that either sailed on him or that hit the ground 5 yards in front of the receiver, he honestly looked like He looked more like he did versus the Ravens than he did the rest of the year. And I just hope that this is all rust, whatever you want to call it. At some point, he made that pass to Brandon Ayuk on third down, that amazing catch by Ayuk, and I think the montage music started playing. Mm-hmm. I hope that's it, and he got it out of the way, because if he plays like that against the Lions, they're going to lose.
Yeah,
they're going to lose.
I agree with you. I think his performance was saved by the end in the victory.
Yes.
Inside some puzzling throws, some bad throws he had, like the first touchdown to Kittle was beautiful.
Yeah.
He had a couple other throws, but I think he had more of great catches by guys on third down. There was a lot of clutch third downs that they converted that weren't great throws by him. So I would say he was like a C, and it was probably, and that improved based on the finish.
He brought it up to a C.
Yeah.
By the way, gentlemen, there are 4 Oscar winners in Fast Time at Ridgemont High. There are 4, including an Oscar winner making his debut as unnamed coworker.
Oh, yeah.
Of Brad's at All-American Burger.
Eric Stoltz?
Nope, but a really famous father.
Nicholas Coppola.
That's right. Credited as Nicholas Coppola. We know him as Nick Cage.
As his uncle.
What was it? Oh, yeah, it was his. What did I say? His father?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Mr. Hand ever won an award? I mean, he was a longtime actor.
He was.
Yeah.
Mr. Hand no longer with us.
Oh, no.
No. What did Nick Cage win an Oscar for?
Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas. Oh, he said Moonstruck. It's gonna be one. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think it was Leaving Las Vegas. I'll look it up. Question 2, please.
Question 2.
Not face off.
The Hawks will be without Trae Young tonight. Does this game have a chance to be a Willoty?
Okay, they lose at the last second. They lose by. I think it would be, in order for it to be the Willoty, I think they'd have to lose by 30 or more for it to be the Willoty.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always an option for a Willoty. You've had you've had 3 days off.
Yeah,
you've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah,
you should be an angry. Like there's a lot of things that you would think would favor the Kings, and then Trae Young is out. So yeah, a blowout loss or a heartbreak loss, it has a chance.
Like a 30-point victory, and you go or loss, and you go 50% from the line.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I hope not either.
We will get 100% disappointed G-Man if that happens.
Yes.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed G-Man. All right. Question number 3.
Question 3.
How confident are you about the San Francisco 49ers beating the Lions and going to the Super Bowl?
So, I do the thing where it's I pick the Packers and I reverse jinx and all. This isn't that. I'm not saying the Lions will win. The Niners should be favored. My confidence level is 2. I am so not confident because of how, if they play against the Lions, how they played against the Packers, they're going to lose. And all I have is that playoff game to go on. And that's it. The Lions have all the momentum, all the feel goods, all that. We don't know the status of Deebo Samuel. That's going to be incredibly important. It's the same shoulder he had the hairline fracture on earlier. I 100% am expecting for them to announce that he's got a hairline fracture. And then we're going to get to the whole, could he be back by the Super Bowl? Well, that's in 3 weeks. But I am planning, in my mind, one thing I am confident about is Deebo Samuel's not going to play against the Lions. I hope I'm wrong, but that's where my head's at. Deebo Samuel got hurt earlier this year, and they lost all 3 games. The game he got hurt in, and then the next 2. He is the skeleton key of that offense. So I'm not confident at all. And the fact that the line in this game is 7.5, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane to me. That is absolutely insane. Now, hey, I hope they're right. I really, really do. But I'm not confident, Jason.
Yeah, I think last weekend, Saturday, was a good thing to win, obviously, to keep the season alive, to advance. And they did some things they've never done, but it also just reaffirmed that this team probably more than any, is so good when everything is right. And that is Debo being healthy. That is them getting into their scheme and game plan and getting ahead of a game. Now, they had Debo leave the game, and they had to come back. Two things they're not great at. I think they played the right team, though, to do that against.
Yes.
Green Bay made some mistakes.
Yes.
They're going to – I mean, I think Jordan Love, who was playing well, 2 critical interceptions. Obviously, the last one was – I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't either.
But earlier, the other one was a big miss, too. I mean, it really was. They were up 7 with the ball, and Greenlaw picked off the first one on a throw that was tipped, but it was thrown way behind the receiver.
Right.
And so I just think had they played a team that played more mistake-free, I think they're going home.
I agree with you.
Last weekend.
I agree with you.
So they figured out a way to win that one. They've got to get the game in their kind of scheme, in their hands. If it's in their hands, then you're not beating them.
Niners favored by 6.5 now against the Lions.
It went down.
Ravens favored by 3.5 against the Chiefs. It wouldn't surprise me if that went down another, especially if they announce Debo is out today or tomorrow. All right, we will take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about that game. The 49ers, they win a game that history says they should have lost. We'll explain that, and we'll get into what ifs and what's next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Morning rain on this Monday, and we'll taper to just some showers as we go through later this morning and into the afternoon. We'll stay under mostly cloudy skies with highs near 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
When the unexpected happens, trust AutoAccident.com. Loyalty and compassion set them apart. They're with you every step of the way. AutoAccident.com. That's AutoAccident.com.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Great Clips. Visit monsterjam.com today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave asking you, are you feeling the pain of paying more and more for your gas? PG&E has increased their rates 4 times in the last 5 years, and the new forecast says PG&E customers may see their bills increase 32% by 2026. The good thing is there are steps you can take to protect yourself from these rate hikes, and better yet, American Energy may be able to help you completely eliminate your gas bill with a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. Did you know SMUD offers huge rebates to eliminate your old gas guzzler? They can help you guide through the whole process. Seriously, listen to me. You go to the SMUD website. There's tons of rebates available, but it is confusing on how to do it. Listen to these rebates. $2,500 from American Energy, $3,500 from SMUD, $1,000 from Caltech, $2,000 home system upgrades. That's $9,000 in rebates. Let American Energy help you out at 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Big savings
are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Somebody on the text line asking what's a Willoty. WLOTY, if you're not familiar with the show lingo, and perhaps we should put out a dictionary. Worst loss of the year, Willoty. Also used to chase the Roadrunner around.
Mm-hmm.
One of the clips you're seeing from the football games that over and over again is Jason Kelsey's living his best life. Was out drinking with Bill's Mafia prior. Jumped out of the skybox, pounded a beer, shirt off, lifted up a little girl holding a sign to meet some people in the skybox. He was having a great life and universally, definitely getting lit up, universally praised. Also,
it was okay.
Taylor Swift, such an attention-grabbing you-know-what, and they need to quit showing her because she's terrible rooting for her boyfriend. Kind of interesting, I thought, the differences in how people took both. Like, Jason Kelsey, it's like middle-aged man gets trashed at game, is constantly shown with his shirt off, versus the tight end's girlfriend cheering for her boyfriend and not her fault that they're panning to her, right, and everybody else in the box having a good time.
My favorite part was when they would show her and you just see Jason in the back just with his shirt off.
Yeah.
I mean, that certainly had to be a very entertaining luxury box to be in. And Jason Kelsey stole the show. And I don't know. The world is weird sometimes at the things because I could just, every time they showed Taylor Swift, I could just hear middle America.
Think that was a decision that Jason Kelsey made?
To get in there to take some of the shine off
Yeah,
her?
just like, hey, I'll act like an idiot so people don't keep on talking about you.
Maybe. And if so, good for him.
Yeah.
If so, good for him. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's an active football player.
He's a good teammate.
He's a good teammate. He also saw, who was it, Aziz Al-Shaair, who no longer plays for the Niners, in the pregame little fun, fracas, huddly thing. That was kind of cool. Kind of speaks to the brotherhood the 49ers have. And going into the fourth quarter last night, or Saturday, seems like last night, the Niners were 0-30 since 2017 when trailing by 5 or more points entering the fourth quarter. Now, they obviously came back and won. So you have a Kyle Shanahan fourth quarter comeback. You have a Brock Purdy signature comeback drive, both in the playoffs. So that should take care of both of those narratives then.
Yeah. No.
They're now fourth quarter gamers. You have the injury to Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah. And Deebo had said that he was going to be fine at some point.
Well, that's good.
But Kyle Shanahan kind of made it sound like who knows, could be a serious thing. We have to wait and see. But it is, he had the hairline fracture in the shoulder earlier this year. He had to miss 3 games. we'll see.
Yeah, I'll say Jennings had a couple of big catches that help out, but it's different. I mean, Debo's such a weapon, and like we said earlier, when this year their losses basically have been either injuries or turnovers related, and in this game they really didn't turn the ball over, but an injury, and it just derails them. It gets them off of what they try to do more than any team I can remember.
Who's your MVP of the game?
McCaffrey or Greenlaw.
I was going to say that,
but probably McCaffrey.
It's one of those two. It's tough to go against a guy that had 2 second-half interceptions, but great game for McCaffrey. We'll get into our pick six a little bit later, but McCaffrey, 98 yards on the ground, 30 yards through the air. He had those 2 touchdowns, including that game stealer. You're right about Juwan Jennings, as they call him, third and Juwan. He was clutch as all get out. Kittle with the touchdown as well. It's just everybody needed to contribute. And oh, by the way, including this guy.
High drama as we start the fourth quarter. Jake Moody from the left hash mark, a 52-yard field goal. Snap from Tabor Pepper to Mitch Wisnowski. Head turn, snap, ball away. Jake Moody's kick is long enough, and it is right down the middle. Boy, they needed that kick big time.
What a good job. Great kick by Jake Moody, but Mitch Wisnowski, that snap looked like it was a little bit low.
Yeah.
Special teams almost hurt him, too. Look, Moody missed one earlier. That was a big kick, though, that he made. Obviously, the Packers missed one late. That was important. But that kick return, I thought, was just a killer by the Niners that they allowed.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, that Moody kick, I was 100% convinced he was missing it.
Mm-hmm.
I was absolutely 52-yarder in those conditions after that earlier miss. And it was blocked, but it also, when you looked at it on the replay, 2 things. Number one, he kicked it way low.
Yeah.
Secondly, who knows, but he's a right-footed kicker. They generally don't slice. They draw. And that thing looked like, even when it was blocked, I think as Alan Stiles put up the video, it looked like it was already going left. Either way, he made it when it counted. Christian McCaffrey acknowledged Dre Greenlaw's interception, was thinking the same thing we all were.
That's just Dre making plays. He's such a great player for us, stepped up when we needed him most. I just like to see him get down a little earlier, though, but that's his mentality.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan said it was a character win for the team.
Very proud of the guys in there. I thought that was as big of a mental challenge and just a character game as any game I've been a part of. I mean, when things aren't going how you want on offense, defense, special teams, the rain, guys slipping a lot, losing Debo early, couldn't be more proud of the people in there and just how they persevere.
Now, you saw Brock Purdy, Jason, wearing a glove in the beginning, and then he said, I don't want to. But you could tell a little bit he was having trouble with the rain, and he mentioned that.
I put on the glove for the first drive. It was coming down, and then it sprinkled, so I took it off. So I was still trying to sort of figure out what I wanted to do, and I was sort of fed up with the glove. So I just obviously was throwing like I normally do, and there were some times where I'm dropping back balls a little wet from the grass. Sort of affected some accuracy and stuff. But, dude, that's football, so I got to be better in that area.
I thought the weather did have an impact, whether it was on Purdy, on Jordan Love. I already forgot which linebacker or corner slipped on the one Packer touchdown wide open, but the DB fell. But that's still part of it. I mean, the Packers playing in the same stuff. I thought slipping was a factor in the game.
It was, and it was on both sides. And the Packers obviously are used to playing in weather, but there's a difference between snow and rain,
right?
Too. Those are 2 different types of issues. One more thing from Brock Purdy, talking about the confidence boost from a comeback win.
And obviously, we're in the postseason now, so we were all like, all right, this is it. This is our season. And so for us to capitalize like that was huge for all of us. And then obviously for myself as a quarterback, like it's good for confidence and all that. But we have too many good players, man, on this team. So many players that are difference makers, and we got a great defense. And so for us to not find a way, it's not right. So for us to finally have a game like this and pull through at the end was huge for all of us.
From the 916, something I'm amazed and I haven't heard from any analyst. Brock has struggled in exactly 3 games this season. The common thread between all 3 is that it was raining. Similar performances in each game. It's a decent point. I actually forgot it was raining during the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely raining in Cleveland as well.
Was it raining for the Bengals?
No, but did he... I gotta go back and look. Was that a struggle bus game for him? I mean, obviously they lost. Anyway, from the 916 as well. Did any of you guys worry that the Niners were going to have delay of game on the long touchdown run by McCaffrey? Sure looked like the clock hit 0. There was a brief tick after that before they snapped. It was close. I remember exactly what the texter's talking about. And here's in one of the games yesterday, they explained how it works. The ref, the back judge is looking at the clock. When the clock hits 0, so Matt, 3, 2, 1, 0. When the clock hits 0, his job or her job is to then look at the quarterback, look at the center. If the ball has been snapped, no delay of game. If the ball isn't snapped, delay of game. That's how they run it. So it's not 0. It's 3, 2, 1, 0, look. So you kind of get, and the texter even mentioned the extra tick in there. Yeah. And it's one of those things. I don't know this. I would just imagine, Jason, with referees, and if they look and the ball is it's like tie goes to the runner and the ball is being snapped, I don't think
they might let that go.
You don't want to call that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look and the ball is just still not moving, I think that's the general rule. I
didn't remember it on the specific play they're saying, but
yeah. Well, and when you're in a situation like that, there's sometimes where the quarterback's going through his cadence. The line knows what that cadence is going to be and what the walkthrough is going to be, but then you get the quarterback that sees the clock at 2,
right?
And maybe he's got 3 seconds left to go through his motions there, and he's going to have to basically just wing it and snap the ball. And if you're winging it, what better way to wing it than with our friends at Fire Wings? And there are 21 different flavors to choose from. 7, 7, and 7, if you will. 7 of them classic. That's your garlic, Parmesan, your buffalo, your fire wing. And then you got 14 in different types of exotic as well. I always say the breaded Malaysian curry, that's my jam. Bone in, boneless. But remember, they've got the garlic noodles, garlic fries, Nashville hot fire chicken sandwiches that are just insanely good, and so much more. Locally owned and operated. Go to firewings.com. Find the location near you. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Hey, Fire Wings. Just wing it. All right, well, we've talked a lot about what the Niners didn't do. What did they do well to win the ball game? We'll go through that. Some more words after the game. And then we got Frankie, our Sactown Sports Kings insider, coming in at 8 a.m. to try to figure out what the heck is going on. We'll also look back at the first half as well. We'll do all that right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10, 5, touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense, can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love
without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my good feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITBfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
That's the long snapper. 1st and 10, Green Bay. They have 2 timeouts left. Love on the shotgun. Deep drop. Flush it. It's chased out to his right. Will throw on the run back middle. It is intercepted. Go down, Dre Greenlow. Running back the other way. Secure the ball. The run back the other way. They're trying to strip it from him. Big play, Dre goes down. Green Bay has 2 timeouts left, but the 49ers have the football.
34 seconds to go in this game. 2 interceptions for big play, Dre Greenlaw.
Voice of the Niners, Greg Papa, Tim Ryan. Greg will join us this Friday, break down the win. I have a couple things for you, Jason. This is courtesy of one of my favorite follows for sports stuff, OptiStats. It's a good follow on Twitter. Last night, the Bills both rushed and passed for over 180 yards. They had 0 giveaways and took 0 sacks. They had less than 30 penalty yards. They had over 35 minutes in time of possession. They had 5 separate drives of 10 or more plays. So, obviously, you know where I'm going here. In the Super Bowl era, no other team has lost a playoff game when doing that. No NFL team has lost a regular season game when doing that. No NFL team has ever done all of that, period, in a game, whether they've won or lost.
Really?
No other NFL team in the Super Bowl era has done all that in the same game, regular or postseason, and they still ended up losing. That's just Mahomesian magic.
I guess, and it didn't even seem like Mahomes was like out of this world, and hey,
No.
you're not going to beat that guy on this day.
It just, again, it just goes, when people say playmaker, difference maker, different. That's Patrick Mahomes. It's just not taking credit away from the defense or anyone else. But yesterday, the Detroit game, Craig and Josh Reynolds both scored their first career playoff touchdowns for the Lions. They're the only duo in NFL history to have the same last name and both score their first career playoff touchdown in the same game for the same team. It's kind of a thin stat, but I thought it was interesting. And finally, going into yesterday, the Texans 0-4 on the road in the postseason. They're the only current NFL franchise without a road playoff win. Now 0-5. The Ravens were 3-4 all time in home playoff games, tied with the Chargers for the lowest win percentage in NFL history for that.
Random.
Yeah, right. How about that? And they've got another chance at home this weekend against the Chiefs. I am
Championship Sunday.
I am geeked. I'm absolutely.
It's a good Final Four.
I'm freaking jacked.
So you would have had who are the 2 seeds?
Buffalo and Dallas.
Okay. Would you be? I feel like I'm more geeked. Okay, I'd be more geeked if it was Niners Cowboys. I'll admit, but that's rivalry. But Detroit brings a whole different flavor to the whole thing.
Now you're the bad guys.
The Niners, and I'm not used to being on that side, especially when you're talking about a team celebrating its 30th anniversary of not winning a Super Bowl. You know, and that's not Lions bad. That's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, the Niners are going to be the Goliaths. Of course they are.
Yeah, because they have, 5? Yeah.
Uh-huh. But they got them all, between, 80 and 94? It's like, come on, man. I grew up, and I was like, well, the Niners are going to win a Super Bowl pretty much every other year. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Little did tiny Carmichael Dave know that you'd have gray hair by the time they won their next one. The Lions, though, not only have they, the whole Super Bowl thing aside, they haven't won a road playoff game since the 1957 NFL Championship game. They were on the road. You know who they beat, Jason?
You were there, right?
The Boston
Tea Party.
Yeah.
New York Giants.
The win came against the San Francisco 49ers in 1957 in the NFL Championship game. As a matter of fact, I don't know what the number is, but you could say the Lions actually have a really good history at playing the 49ers on the road in the playoffs.
At least 1-0.
At least 1-0. So you got all that.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. And then Ravens Chiefs. Got to be honest. I'm probably more. I would still be geeked for Ravens Bills. But Ravens Chiefs ain't bad either. I like the defending Super Bowl champions still in there. And as we noted earlier, it's now set up for the Niners. If they beat the Lions, it's a Super Bowl rematch.
Right, no matter what.
No matter what, and it's a rematch of the only two. They are 5-2 in Super Bowls. Their last 2 Super Bowls they've lost, and those came against the Chiefs a few years back, and then earlier in the last decade against the Ravens in the Lights Out Bowl. Either way, it's a rematch.
You have a preference? You obviously have to beat Detroit, so it's not. I mean, we are looking past.
No, I have an inner turmoil because either way you're avenging a loss. Okay. The Ravens came in and kicked your tail this year at home, but the Chiefs came in and kicked your tail last year at home. I want to say my preference would be the Chiefs just because I'd like to see, I would get more joy out of the Niners beating the Chiefs than I would the Ravens. I like John Harbaugh. I like Lamar Jackson. I don't dislike the Chiefs and I don't dislike Patrick Mahomes, but I think Niners Chiefs not only would be a rematch, but I'm also all here for the Jason Kelce, Taylor Swift show. Bring it on, man. But I want all of that. I want Taylor Swift. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, is Taylor Swift going to have her own podium?
Isn't she supposed to be in Asia?
I'm just going to throw this out there. I think if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, something's going to happen with that schedule. I can't see.
She should do halftime.
She's gonna redo her concert.
Yes,
for the Super Bowl.
She's not missing the Super Bowl
Why? She's missed all of them before.
Well, yeah, but now she and Travis Kelce are friends. I can't see it. And then she's going to roll out there at one point with Usher. Ooh-ee, 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 and they're going to do a thing. They're going to do a little dance.
Oh, okay.
She's not missing the Super Bowl. You really think she's got, hey, let's lay our bets out right now. Chiefs make the Super Bowl. She's missing it? You're confident?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying.
Let me definitely see what the schedule is.
No, I think you're 100% correct on that. Jason?
There's planes. She can go back and forth.
God, that would be crazy, right? That would even add to it. Taylor Swift's flying 19 hours in her private Gulfstream from Malaysia or wherever to Vegas.
Okay, she might be able to do it. What's the Super Bowl's on the 11th, right?
Yeah.
She is in Tokyo on the 10th. And then she doesn't perform again in Singapore until March 3rd.
Oh.
So she can do it.
Okay. What time is it in Tokyo? Let's tune into that. Right now in Tokyo, it is 12:55 in the morning tomorrow. So how does that work? So if she so that means that they are 8, 9, 10, 11, 5. They're 17 hours ahead.
Easily makes it.
So hold on a second. So if
her last performance is the day before the Super Bowl.
Right. So then minus 17 hours from that.
It's like it's Friday, and she's trying to get here for Sunday's Super Bowl.
And then Tokyo to Vegas flight time, 13 hours. Oh,
easy work, light work.
She's gonna finish up her show. Where is it at? It's in Tokyo. You say finish up her show, hit the showers, get in some pajamas, hop onto the private jet.
The Swift Stream.
The Swift Stream. She's gonna shake it off, go to sleep, wake up in Vegas, roll in, halftime show. She's gonna trigger half of America every time they show her. How they haven't gotten a sponsored Taylor cam yet with a little logo in the top right. So every time there's a screenshot rolling around, you see, Alpo or Best Foods mayonnaise. I don't know, whatever the sponsor is.
Plus, she can stay for the parade and all that stuff.
That's right.
Show till March.
Until March, she can do the whole thing. She can even go on a nice vacation.
Yeah.
She's going to be in Australia a couple days after the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I thought you said she didn't perform till March.
That's what it said on whatever thing I was looking at.
But
Chris
now
isn't in the fan club.
No, but now it's different. So she would go Tokyo, Vegas,
Australia.
Super convenient.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, it's kind of on the way.
Yeah. If you think about it.
Is it?
If you don't think about it, it's not.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So wait, hold on. So Tokyo is northwest.
Tokyo's here. Australia's here.
Oh, is Australia straight south?
Las Vegas is over here.
So
wait, where did you think Australia was?
Well, no, I was thinking is it over here? Like on the map. Like is Australia south? No, because Australia's in the south.
I would say that Japan is more east than Australia. I think you have to go southwest to go to Australia.
So she basically, if I'm right, just to visualize it for the audience, she would make a greater than sign to get from Tokyo to Vegas to Australia.
Yes.
Less than. I'm kidding.
Well, you see, Jason, this is what I was talking about. When you're looking at the map here, it looks like on the flat map that Australia is southeast of the United States when it's a square. But in reality, it's actually closer to go southwest because Australia is over here and Japan, which is due east over here, right? That's Japan ish, right there.
Go that way.
But no, so you got to go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need a telestrator.
Yeah, you do.
So Japan's up here, and then boom. Anyways. All right. Well, now that we've broken that down, Dre Greenlaw's interceptions were huge.
Yeah, they were.
They were massive.
Get down.
Get down, Dre. And we're not talking about dancing.
Afterwards.
Also, they have this thing called Am I the Blank? Am I the butt, I guess, but they say the bad word. Like, people will tell stories on Reddit of oh, I went out and I did this thing and I didn't tip this part, whatever. Am I because like our neighbors back and to the left, they're huge Packer fans. And like me, they always watch the games outside in whatever gazebo thing they have. And because they have cable and I have YouTube TV, they're like slightly ahead of me. So we could always like tell when the Packers did something. And they're all Packer fans. So am I a bad person for when Greenlaw got that second pick? I was so loud and yelling and like, yeah, I was overdoing it. Like the first was natural, but then I put in a couple of extra. That's what I'm talking about, or whatever.
That's what you said.
I might have said, let's go. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is what I am talking about. Am I bad for doing that on purpose so that they would hear me? Or is that all part of the fun and games? We'll discuss that when we get back. Frankie Cardicelli will join us somehow, and we will talk about the Sacramento Kings. And we're going to look back on some of these wins, losses, the first half of the season. We'll do that next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn ever since I turned 40. I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text JUDGE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 42424. That's JUDGE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Morning rain on this Monday, and we'll taper to just some showers as we go through later this morning and into the afternoon. We'll stay under mostly cloudy skies with highs near 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
When it's chilly cold at night, don't just add another blanket. Add a new furnace system instead. Now for as low as $5,999 with 0% interest and no payments for 18 months. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Looking to own or lease? We have options for everyone. Plus, lower interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. It's no wonder Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not.
Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
Beachhead Deli on 711 K Street is now your place to go in downtown Sacramento prior to all the games, concerts, and events. Conveniently located just across the street from the arena, Beachhead Deli features the finest gourmet sandwiches and craft beverages anywhere. Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street is also your premier lunch destination 7 days a week. Come by and say hi to new owner Brad Wakai. He's so excited to take care of all your taste bud needs. That's Beachhead Deli at 711 K Street in Sacramento.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hey everyone, gather round. It's time for corny jokes about passing the torch.
The team at Kirian's Welding was fused together solid.
Thanks for all the late nights and early shifts.
But double retirements mean the crew must bond with some certified new hires.
You've both gone the extra millimeter.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Lowe's knows pros want savings now. That's why, as an MVP's Pro Rewards member, you get volume savings on orders of $1,500 or more at the Pro Desk. And there's more. We've lowered our prices on select top products like electrical wire and drywall, so you can get the job necessities for less. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. In-store only. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hey, just a couple things. First off, where's my Lamar Jackson guy on the text line?
He was back on Friday, right?
He was back on Friday talking about how Lamar was going to choke.
Just wait till they move him to wide receiver.
Yeah, wait until they move him to wide receiver. Where is he? That's all I'm saying. I know if the Ravens lose either this weekend or in the Super Bowl, I know he's going to show up. I would respect it if he at least showed up now. Come on, man. Also, Josh Allen cap hits. 2019, $4.8 million. 2020, $5.9 million. 2021, $10.2 million. 2022, $16.4 million. This year, $18.6 million. Josh Allen's cap hit next year is $47 million. Is it time yet to start having a conversation about Josh Allen? No?
No.
Okay. Well, it is time to have a conversation about the Sacramento Kings with our good friend and Sactown Sports Kings insider, Frankie Carcelli. Good morning, Frankie.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning. Nice to talk to you again, Dave. It's been a little bit.
It has been a little bit. How you been?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. I'm not sure everybody else out there is feeling with the Kings this soon after a fun weekend for the 49ers, for all my 49ers Kings hybrid fans. But time to turn the page and strap in for what many hope to be the first win in a while tonight.
I don't know what triggered this memory, which obviously I've been showing today. My memory has been failing quite a bit lately. Jason, do you remember last week as an aside, it was after one of the losses and I came in and I said, you know what? I've turned around a little bit because I said, I'm choosing to go with this. Somebody said that this is normal struggle, that Michael Malone missed the playoffs first couple years. Yeah. That this is how championship teams are built and that I need to calm down. Remember I said that? Turns out, go ahead, Frankie.
No, you're good. I thought you were asking me if I remember.
No. I came on the show and I did that, but I forgot. I didn't know another part of the story. Turns out the person that told me that on Twitter was Coach Brown's son.
Really?
I had no idea. It was just a guy, and we had a back and forth, and it was good back and forth.
Okay.
And then somebody pointed out over the week and was like, "Hey, man, Coach's son got you." And I went, "What are you talking about?" And then they sent me the tweet. It was Elijah Brown, one of his sons. I had no idea.
There you go.
So and the funny thing is, without knowing who it was, I was like, "That's actually a really good point." So, Frankie, lessons learned. I hope Coach's son, who pointed it out on Twitter to me, is correct. And these are just simply growing pains. And they're working it out, which I refuse to believe, but I'm going to try to.
Yeah, I mean, I think last year's was so, I don't want to say perfect, but last year was just so memorable and everything kind of went right for the Kings as far as you look at what happened. The accolades, they speak for themselves. As the coach of the year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Rookie first team for Keegan Murray, 2 All-Stars, 2 All-NBA nods, home court advantage. I mean, the Kings were the best road team in the Western Conference last year. And I'm looking at the standings right now, and they're the only team in the top 8 that does not have a record above 500 on the road. Just looking at last year, from an injury standpoint, everything went right. And this year we're kind of seeing that mixed bag of results that a lot of teams normally get through the grind of a regular season. And it is, again, I think we've all talked about it because it's been a long break, but the fact the Kings have the same record at this point that they did last year, except last year they were a 4 seed with the same record. This year they're the 8 seed. It just speaks to how competitive the Western Conference is and how much last year everything kind of went in the Kings' way. I mean, again, I know people kind of turn their nose up at the fact that the Kings, they don't want to use it as a reason, like their health is the only reason why the Kings where they were. But I think that it was a very, very, it's very helpful to have all your guys available when you need them. And the Kings have had their guys available for still a high percentage of these games this year, but a lot more bumps and bruises. I mean, De'Aaron Fox was a step slow over the past couple of weeks, and there's no indication that he's playing injured or anything like that. But he's mentioned, there's some things you feel over the course of a season, and you kind of got to deal with them. But right now, it's kind of more deeply rooted than that. I think that it is a group that is trying to make things work, and maybe it's the fact that the NBA has had a chance to adapt to how the Kings offense runs. They're still top 10 in points per game, but their pace has slowed, and that's going to happen. I mean, teams are going to adjust in the NBA. I don't think it was fair to expect them to come out and have the same exact results as last year, but it's funny enough that the record reflects that, but the rest of the West has definitely gotten better. So that obviously will affect where the Kings are.
Talking with Frankie Cardicelli here on the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Frankie, how about halfway through 23-18, as you said, the same record as last year, but it's kind of different in the standings. If you were to guess for the back half, the second half of the season, would you predict about the same at 23-18, better, worse, kind of based on where they are right now? What do you think of the second half?
Yeah, I mean, from a strength of schedule standpoint, I think they have one of the harder remaining schedules in the league, which that's obviously daunting at this point. And a 7-game road trip is going to teach us a lot, I think, as well. Again, like I said, the Kings are 10-10 on the road, only team in the top 8 that is not above 500. So yeah, I think that the pace they're on right now, which would be a similar record to last year, I think 50 wins would be a great target, but the Kings obviously have to pick up the pace a little bit. But it's hard to put my finger on it, what to expect. I mean, we don't know who we're going to get every single night. Like just tonight, I mean, another team that will be missing 2 starters. Trae Young and DeAndre Hunter will not be playing tonight for Atlanta, and the Kings have just not risen to the challenge every time they play these teams that are missing key guys, and it's really jarring. It's really puzzling. There's no clear answer why. Maybe it's the fact that they're letting their guard down. Maybe there's no sense of urgency like we saw on Friday, but it just depends on what team you're going to see every night. And like we saw in Milwaukee and Phoenix, the Kings offense looks incredible. And then you have a couple of bad minutes at the end of the game, and it slips away. So my expectations are I'm expecting a similar record to last year. I'm expecting a 46-48 win finish. I don't think that gets you in the top 6 in this season in particular. I mean, the West is just really crazy right now. And the plan, I know, is something that a lot of fans and the team want to avoid, but I think the Kings are going to obviously pick it up a little bit if they want people to start believing they can be a team that can, clinch a first-round series or even host one if that's still in the cards. But this team's kind of working some things out right now.
Frankie Cardicelli joining us. We've got the trade deadline not that far away. And we want to look back at the first half of the season, but I want to just check in with you on this. And, we've heard this team connected to half the league, whether it's Clint Capella or Kyle Kuzma, which seems to be an annual thing. I asked Jason and Chris about this because there were rumors over the weekend that the Kings were one of 3 teams interested in Charlotte's Miles Bridges. And when you look at Bridges' numbers and the position he plays, he would be a heck of an upgrade at small forward. 20.5 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. From a player standpoint, he'd be a great addition. But as you know, and for those who don't know, there's a lot of baggage that would come with that. Mainly his no contest to felony domestic violence in front of his kids, a probation violation stemming from that, including throwing pool balls at a car with his partner in there. We normally stay out of the personal lives of players. That's the way it should be. How do you think, and it is an incredibly unfair question for you, Frankie, but you live here, you know the fan base. How do you think that goes over here? Do you think it would eventually roll over, or do you think this is a town that would have a massive and very loud problem with that?
I mean, I think it'd be a very, very, very loud problem. I mean, the backlash of social media when that was, when that was released over the weekend, it was completely not even close. I mean, if you were to take a Twitter poll, I would be shocked if it wasn't 100%. If anything else, maybe 99%. I mean, yeah, you can't argue the fact that Miles Bridges as a basketball player is a very strong talent. And again, a guy that from a positional standpoint, sure. I mean, I think that the player ability would help the Sacramento Kings, but everything else has to be taken into account. And we've seen the Kings bring in reclamation projects over the years. And there's a lot of jokes on social media about that too, why the Kings always have to be the reclamation project or Petri dish. And I just think at a time where we're talking about the chemistry of this team in this locker room, and the guys talk about even through the struggles, Domantas Sabonis in the locker room was like, yeah, like we are together. Like we love each other. There's no question. Like there's no tension building in the locker room. We're just going to figure it out. Like we are a family. I think if you throw a guy in that is probably the most polarizing player in the NBA right now from the standpoint of should he or should he not be playing, I think if there's a question of should he or for a group that's currently going through struggles, trying to figure things out. I just think the cons outweigh the pros immensely, especially when you look at what has been going on around the league as far as how other fan bases view him and other coaching staffs down the line. I mean, I think that there's that's something that would not help this Kings team at all right now. But yeah, I mean, everyone out there, I'm sure, is going to have their own opinion. It's just, that's how I feel. I think a lot of people agree. I think when you're looking at the Kings and what they're trying to build right now, adding that to the equation, it's just not going to help them. Not any means at all.
What's the area of need, Frankie, you think they need to address the most here with the 17 days from the deadline?
I'm looking at, again, like a guy like Kuzma. If Kuzma or Dorian Finney-Smith, those are some players the Kings have obviously had interest in. And I feel like any move they're going to make that's notable at this point, it's going to require a first-round pick. And it's just a matter of, is they going to take one or two if they choose to make a move like that, because that's what the asking price is for long wings, like guys like those that I just mentioned. But that's what they need more than anything. They need a guy that can defend the 3 and 4 positions. We've seen opposing players like Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, and down the line, those guys that can go get you buckets 20, 30 a night. The Kings have really had a hard time slowing them down. And Keegan Murray has been taking steps forward and becoming a better defender. But the Kings need more help. I mean, they right now they have 1 or 2 strong defenders on the court at all time. When De'Aaron Fox is fully engaged, he's a good defender. And then Keegan Murray, outside of that, I mean, they don't really have any stoppers. I mean, Davion Mitchell is out of the rotation. Kessler Edwards is a guy that has defensive ability, but the offense isn't really there. And right now he's in the G League trying to get some reps in. So I feel like they need more guys on the team that can be stoppers. I mean, they tried it with Chris Duarte, but again, he has some trouble playing defense without fouling. They need some guys that are defensive specialists. I know Matisse Thybulle is a name that a lot of fans are looking at. And again, Portland, I'd be shocked if they didn't move a couple of those guys that they acquired over the past year. But those kind of guys are what the Kings need. The offense is still great. I mean, the offense is top 10 in the league in points per game. They have guys that can get you points, but getting stops, getting timely stops, getting consistent stops like we saw down the stretch of that Phoenix game. In Indiana, the Kings really struggled in containing the paint. TJ McConnell was attacking the Kings in the paint. That just can't happen for a team that's trying to go as far as the Kings are. So defense really, I think, is the priority. It has been. I mean, the story goes on. And, maybe someone like a knockdown free throws wouldn't hurt either. I mean, that's also something, again, there's no easy fix to that either. I mean, people are asking, what can the Kings do? And I've been telling people, Brendan Nunez and I tell fans all the time, like we are in there at the end of every practice and they are knocking down free throws. They're shooting free throws every practice. It's not a matter of if they're not practicing them. It's just, I don't know. It's just an unexplainable, situation as far as the Kings are knocking down free throws. It really doesn't make sense, but I'm looking at those kind of areas for upgrades.
Kings insider for Sactown Sports, Frankie Carcelli, joining us. Looking back at the first half of the season, we are at the halfway point, 23-18. And Jason has done the questions here and broken them into 3 each. So I thought maybe we could just rotate and each of us pick one that we think. So, Frankie, we'll put you on the spot here a little bit. I'll give you a second. I'll go first. Best wins this season. I'll start in retrospect, record-wise. It may not be up there, but from an emotional standpoint, I'm going to go with the 1-point home victory over the Golden State Warriors.
Big comeback.
Huge comeback. That was Tuesday, November 28th. Kings were down huge in that game, came back, won that game by 1 point. That was after already losing to Golden State twice during the season, one of which in heartbreaking fashion. And then, of course, the preseason and last spring and the playoffs. So my submission would be November 28th against Golden State. Jason?
Best win for me, I think I'm going to go the one at Minnesota. That handed Minnesota their first loss. The Kings played really, really well. Also helped the Kings in that time in the Group C of the in-season tournament. So, yeah, that one's the one I'll go with.
Frankie?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm going between the OKC games because, again, we've seen what the Thunder look like this year. They're a juggernaut most nights, and they've really struggled with the Kings right now, 0-2 in Sacramento this year. So I'm looking at both those games. The in-season tournament is impressive because they beat the Thunder without De'Aaron Fox. So I'm looking at that one right now. And then maybe like a runner-up would be Keegan Murray's 47-point game because that just was insane. It's an insane thing to see and be in the building for. The atmosphere was incredible. But that's my runner-up as well. But I'm looking at those OKC games, mostly the first one in the in-season tournament because that was an impressive win for these guys.
That game might feature a little bit later on in this conversation. This one might actually be simultaneously easy and difficult because, boy, are there a lot of candidates. 3, as we call them, Wolodies, or worst losses of the year, of the season. I'll submit Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix, to me, is the worst loss of the year. Jason?
Gosh, there's a lot to your point, Dave. I was probably most frustrated by the home Charlotte loss.
Yeah.
I just thought they played just a low IQ game.
Yeah.
Played way too long with the game, thought they were going to win all along and got burned with a terrible final 2 minutes. I hated their performance against Charlotte.
Yeah. So are the rules? Can I not pick any of the games you guys just picked? Is that how it goes?
You can if you'd like.
Okay. Well, I'm saying Phoenix. I'm going to say that's, to me, the worst loss of the season. I think that 22-point lead with 8 minutes left is incredible. On the heels of a game in Milwaukee, the Kings had a 4-point lead at the free throw line with, I think, 18 seconds left. That's also just an incredible feat to lose a game like that. But I agree, Jason. That Charlotte game was one that, coming into it, they really kind of needed it just to kind of get things right, and it didn't work out. Like you said, that the game was just a 3-5-point game the whole time. And Indiana was kind of similar as far as the Kings were just kind of hanging around trying to wait to make their run, and they never did. They never made their run until the game was pretty much over. But that Suns game is just, again, it's that game and the one a couple years ago when D'Angelo Russell helped bring the Nets back from 27 down in the fourth. Those are the two games I'm thinking of that stick out to the most stunning Kings losses I've seen over the past couple of years.
I would say honorable mention goes to at Portland. Also, for me, the sneaky one is December 4th, home, New Orleans, national TV, a chance to go to Vegas, and you just absolutely get boat raced in front of your home fans. All right, best 3 players this season. I've been going first. That's easy. Frankie, why don't you go first, and then we'll rotate to Jason.
Yeah, I think as far as the best 3 players that they performed this year, I'm saying number 1 is Domantas Sabonis. I mean, again, what he's been doing this year consistently. Tonight he's going for, I think, his 25th straight double-double. He's about to take the league lead in triple-doubles with another one tonight. I think he tied Nikola Jokic for the lead. Just doing incredible things. And then the fact that he's not more heavily mentioned in the race for being an all-star is pretty crazy. Again, we try to ask ourselves why that is every year, and there's no answer why guys like Domantas Sabonis aren't just really clearly in the lead to be all-stars. Again, if this was happening, I think in any other situation, I think like any other market, it's hard for me not to believe that he'd be higher on that vote list as well. But I'm looking at Domantas Sabonis as number 1. De'Aaron Fox been having a great season, number 2. And it's really tough for 3 between Malik Monk and Keegan Murray. But I'm going to go with Malik Monk just because he's taking just a clear step toward becoming a true 6th Man of the Year candidate. He's a reliable player off the bench for the Kings, closing games. So I'm going with Sabonis, Fox, and Monk as my top 3 this year.
It's my 3 too. That's the exact one I'd have. I mean, Keegan's the other name, but that's my 3.
I'm going to switch in Keegan for Monk only because I think, and this is no disrespect to anything Monk's doing, and you guys are probably right. I just think the future relies a lot more on Keegan. I do. And I think, like you said, that 47-point outburst, the defense, I think he has the opportunity to be the best two-way player on this team, along with De'Aaron Fox, and that's something. All right, most disappointing, Jason. The 3 most disappointing players. This will be very interesting. I think 2 are incredibly simple. The third, kind of like the best, might be open for debate.
I'm gonna have Harrison Barnes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be Herder. I was maybe more recency bias. He's played a lot better lately, but yeah, he's probably up there because that's been a disappointing position. They've had to tweak that out. My third one might be a little bit of a surprise, but I'm gonna say Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
Just because based on hype, based on an MVP status, how much they really coveted him, and again, the season's not over, but we're at the halfway point, and I think he's underperformed at least maybe to what I thought he would be this year. There's plenty of other candidates, but that's the 3 I'd go with.
I agree with you on the first 2. And by the way, Herder showing signs of turnaround. Let's hope that continues into tonight. Let's remember Kevin Herder revenge game against Atlanta, right? I hear you on Sasha. I do. But I'm going to go with Davion Mitchell.
Okay.
Davion Mitchell has gone from, our super sub defender future. I'm really, really surprised with him. He has fooled me. And by the way, he has a lot of career left. We can't write the book on Davion Mitchell yet, but his work ethic, you see the signs and his ability to penetrate the jumper, his film sessions with Chris Paul, his tenacity. I've really been wrong about Davion Mitchell. I've been very high on him since they drafted him and thought that at this point he'd be just begging to get in the start. Either be begging to get in the starting lineup with his play or be a prime candidate to trade off and build. And he's half off the team. Yeah. So that would be my 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same list of names as you guys are. Harrison Barnes, obviously, it's weird looking at his numbers because they're not obvious. They're not horrible. 47 from the field and 39 from 3, but the volume is just not there. 7 attempts per game. The rebounds are too low. I just think that he needs to bring more to the table as a starter. That's the main conversation, I think, on Kings Twitter and whatnot. Should the Kings make a change? And HB's got to be up there. Kevin Herter, like you said, Dave, he's definitely starting to turn it around and show signs of life. He's the one, though, that has been a disappointment so far this year as far as where he was last year. A significant decline across the board in all categories. And then, I agree. I think with Davion Mitchell, he, again, a young guy in the NBA, and maybe he will go somewhere and find out if he can tap into his full potential. But we're getting to the point where it's time to start questioning that draft pick. There was a lot of good players taken after his spot in the draft, and it just seems like maybe this isn't really the right fit or right situation for Davion. He's not going to get any minutes right now, and it seems like his name is attached to most rumors we're seeing out there and most reports. And just someone I expected a lot more out of too because of what we heard about the work he put in with his 3-point shot in the offseason. I think he was working with Stephen Curry's shot coach, and he's at 24% this year. So that wasn't really the step forward he was hoping to take, but we could see some changes made in the future here, and I think Davion wouldn't surprise me if he's one of them. But again, like you said, young player, but those are my 3. I'm looking at HB, Herter, and Mitchell. And just quickly on Sasha, I do think that if he got more run, maybe his numbers would reflect that. Because it seems like the shots do go down when he's in games, and he cuts very well off the ball and whatnot. But, again, not the impact a lot of people were expecting when he was signed in the offseason.
Frankie Cardicelli, Sacramento Kings insider for Sactown Sports. Read him, follow him on Twitter, hear him on the station, a multimedia mogul. Frankie, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Appreciate you.
Take care. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory. There's first down, and then we're going to go with second down. Mm-hmm. Third down after that, but you know what, Jason? We're not punting.
No.
We're going for it.
We're going for it.
Also, in the 8:44 segment, somewhere around there, actually the next segment, at some point, we got tickets to go see Brooks and Dunn because you know what they say. We know you love your sports, but if you want yourself some country music, 105.1 KNCI, go tune into our good friends, Pat, Tom, and Cody. We'll take a break. When we come back, 4 down territory next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another 3-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, a breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Sactown Sports is home to the Kings, Niners, and now the business of sports. Hosted by Kelly Brothers and brought to you by Cap Trust, offering customized, independent financial advice at captrust.com. Join Kelly Brothers, Carmichael, Dave, and Jason as they look at the business of sports every Thursday at 7:40 a.m. You want to know how sports really work? Follow the money with Kelly Brothers from Cap Trust on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's premier music festival, Country in the Park, is back. 2 big ol' nights, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Walker Hayes, and more. 2-day GA tickets are on sale now, starting at $85, or upgrade your experience with VIP or pit passes. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Oak Ridge Winery.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
The world has changed a lot these last few years. You can do pretty much anything from your home, including order your new Honda from Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Check out our great selection at StocktonHonda.com or come in today and get pre-approved all in the blink of an eye. Stockton Honda makes buying a car simple and stress-free.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Capital Casino has been serving the greater Sacramento area in the same convenient downtown location for over 20 years, with plenty of close-by, well-lit parking monitored by security staff and offering the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Best food, best service, and the best action. That's Capital Casino. For more information on tournaments and gaming, check out their website at capital-casino.com. And please remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Get a great deal on your new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Superstore. Great selection, great factory financing and incentive, and great Maida Chevy savings on every new Silverado in stock. Online at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
She was like,
she wasn't even hurt at all, was she?
No, she had like a little bruise on her ankle.
Oh. It looked like she just stopped to restart it.
She stopped to turn it off because she was embarrassed. Then rolls right into the living room. We're all watching. It was a Baltimore game at the time. We're my wife's son and I are all watching, and she just plops on the couch doing the Peter Griffin. And I felt bad because I'm like, nobody asked her what's wrong. Yeah. It's attention time. And then it turns out she actually had a real, thing. And it's funny. I think it's funny. I don't think it's funny she got hurt, but if you can't laugh,
you haven't posted it. You want to.
I really do, but I can't. There's there's a line. It's a very thin line for me, but yeah, I don't think I could do that. So.
What's the age where you just don't do it?
You mean like how old or how young?
How old?
Or is it just because it's your daughter?
It's just because it's my daughter, honestly.
Because I've seen that video of Mason face planting.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's. I don't know why that's different, but he was very little, and it was a face plant. I got suspended on Facebook once. Actually, I posted a. Because my daughter was singing the toilet song when she was like 2, and so I did a little video, and she's on her little potty, her little, the little one, the one that you teach them to go potty on. It's not even a real toilet. And she would she was doing sitting on the toilet. Now flush. You remember that one? No, it was a big hit back in the
gross.
Yeah, and I posted it on Facebook like, oh, it's so cute. And Facebook's more for a little less than Twitter, more family. I got suspended for child nudity. I swear to God, I got suspended for like 2 weeks and had to petition me. It's my daughter. It's not, and I felt like a sicko explaining myself. It didn't show anything. It's a cute little kid thing.
Sicko.
That's me. If you can't laugh at your kids in pain, what can you laugh at? 4 down territory now. First down, Chris Verlaud. 4 down territory starts new.
The Raiders have decided to go with Antonio Pierce, with Harbaugh and Belichick still out there. Will the Silver and Black regret this?
Now, this was a big conversation piece amongst Raider Nation to watch. Because on one hand, it's, they look more engaged under him. It's who all the players wanted, and were very vocal about it. I think in hindsight, Mark Davis would have gone with Rich Bisaccia, but he didn't. And and Mark Davis listened to his players, plus the fact that AP had him look better. And by the way, how do we know that he's not the next? We don't know that he's not the next Bill Belichick. We don't know that he's not the next Jim Harbaugh. We don't know that. The answer here is a cop-out, which is time will tell. He better be good, because if either of these guys go on to other teams and have a lot of success, and the Raiders are sitting next year at 9-8, 8-9, or worse, you get a lot of people saying, well, next time maybe don't listen to your players, stupid.
Yeah. What I can't figure out is that player buy-in. Is that because Antonio Pierce is truly that, or is he just not Josh McDaniels?
Can it be both?
Maybe.
A little bit of both, maybe?
Yeah, it could be. And it just makes you wonder, though. It's like, that's not the only reason to hire a guy. Now, at the end, if it's his job, which it is now, like, he's got to be a difference maker. I mean, coaching at the highest of levels is difficult, and we'll see how he does. But I don't know that they'll regret not hiring the others, but they might regret the overall hire. I mean, they might. Like you said, time will tell. We don't know.
It's a really salient point you bring up, because, let's put it in our world. If I came into work every day with you and you were just the worst person, and I go home and tell my wife, God, Jason Ross, I can't. I mean,
so what's the what if?
No one's gonna believe that you would do that. Let's make up a name. If I was working with somebody, I was working with a guy named, I don't know, Keith Brooks, let's say, every day, and he and I worked together, and I hated it, and he hated it, and we just butted heads every day. And then you replaced him with the dog. I'd be like, oh my God, the dog is the best ever. What a great radio partner. Doesn't necessarily mean, I'm not calling AP the dog. He's a legit NFL coach. Right. But to your point, how much of that is player buy-in, results, and how much of it is we hired not Josh McDaniels.
Exactly.
Yeah, it sounds like an election. All right, second down.
Favorite moment of the divisional playoff weekend?
Christian McCaffrey scoring a touchdown. I'm being biased. That was my favorite moment. That was great. That was neat. That was wonderful. There were a few others, but that's the one for me.
Which one? There's two. The long one?
The last one.
Oh, the last one. Game winner.
Yeah, sorry. The final touchdown. Yeah.
Because the other one's pretty cool, too. When
yes,
he's running, he's looking up at the big board to see if anybody can catch him.
It's so funny you said that. I'm sitting I'm watching the game with my friends, and I said, I love it when players are looking up at the board to see what the coverage is behind it. It's
like they're not going to catch me.
That's such a cool move.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you yell that at the Packer fans?
It was like, ha ha! Look at the board. You're not going to catch him.
But they saw it earlier than you.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Wait, I'll save this for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that coming up?
It's coming up. I think it is.
All right.
Okay. Third down, please.
Least favorite moment of the divisional playoff weekend.
Okay, well, honorable mention. I'm not going to be a homer, but honorable mention. Deebo Samuel. I hurt my shoulder. I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
We need him. That's honorable mention, because honestly, my least favorite moment could have also been my favorite moment. But seeing Sean McDermott go for it and fake that punt with DeMar Hamlin, I just felt like it was forced. He was looking for a moment. I don't know that consciously it had anything to do with what's happened to DeMar Hamlin, but obviously, had DeMar Hamlin been able to get the first down there and the Bills had gone on to win the game, that's the end of the Disney movie. And then as the credits are rolling, it's like the Bills went on to win the Super Bowl, whatever it is, right? But that's the final moment. Like, they're lifting him up and carrying him off on their shoulders and all that. That's not what happened. This is real life, and it ain't no Disney movie. I didn't like that moment. It made me feel kind of oogie.
Yeah, I had the same feeling in the same game about the missed kick. I don't like it when it's weird. I know that's their job. I'd rather see someone make like an incredible play to win a game, and it didn't lose them the game, but it could have forced overtime. And just, I don't like it when it's put on a kicker.
I don't either. And Tyler Bass,
and I have nothing. No, I didn't care if the Bills wanted, the Chiefs wanted. I didn't like that.
And Tyler Bass is going to be the one that is taking all the blame And I'll never forget. I hope somebody goes up to him. I did that once in Little League, which is like the same thing. I made a bad play. I made an error. We lost a rando Little League game. And I'll never forget, though, what our manager said to me, because I was like crying. I was like 9. And he was like,
"You got to make the play."
Yeah, he slapped me in the face. Yeah. No, you know what he said? And it's not like he made this up, but it super made sense. He's like, "You taking the blame," he goes, "Do you realize how selfish that is?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" And, I didn't understand what he was saying. He said, "You taking the blame, like, you really think you lost us the game? So when we win, are you going to take all the credit for winning? Or is that because we win and lose as a team? So when we win and you have a great game, are you going to go over and tell everybody that you're the reason we won? Because that's basically what you're doing right now."
Who do you think you are?
I am. Isn't today the anniversary of that, by the way?
It?
I think today's the anniversary of that. I saw that clip earlier. Yeah, I was just randomly rolling around. 4th down, please.
Are these the 4 best teams left?
A quick question for clarification, Jason. Are we saying, are these the 2 best NFC and AFC teams, or are we saying are these the 4 best total teams?
Good question. I don't know.
Okay, well, let's divide it into conferences. Yes, I think it is. I don't think there's a better NFC team. The only one I would say is Philadelphia. They certainly didn't prove it. I'll take Detroit over Dallas. Obviously, the Niners, yeah. And then the Ravens are the 1 seed. Kansas City is the defending champions. And they took out the Buffaloes. I'm taking these 4.
Yeah, so if it was like the BCS and this is our Final 4.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is
pretty good.
This is the Final 4.
There's no real surprise. Again, 1-3, 1-3. It's not like it's stunning. Green Bay didn't beat the Niners. If they did, that would have been surprising, but they did. So, yeah, it's a pretty good final group, that's for sure.
Hearing some noise about Deebo Samuel, I just can't find it. Here's Adam Schefter 2 hours ago saying it's 50-50 as to whether wide receiver Deebo Samuel will be able to play against the Lions due to the shoulder injury he suffered. Am I missing? Because I've had a couple people say that they did a scan and he didn't have a hairline fracture, but have you seen that?
I have not.
I have not seen that either. So if someone's got a link on that, let us know. We should know that. We should have exclusive.
Maybe Matt Barrows will know.
Cameras. Yeah, he's slated for more tests on the shoulder. And the Niners are hoping he didn't suffer the same injury. And that's the last time Schefter talked about it. And that was yesterday at 4:03 in the morning. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll recap the pick 6. We got a new 3 in the key. And we'll take the 5th caller at 1-800-920-1140. Brooks and Dunn tickets available for you. Toyota Amphitheater this summer. We've got your chance to win them. Courtesy of Live Nation at the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. 1-800-920-1140. 5th caller. We'll be right back.
The 49ers earned the NFC's top seed.
On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite!
Join all of our shows. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Dials, and Watkins. And the Drive Guys as they follow their quest for a 6th Super Bowl title.
Pressured right away by Young and sacked by Eric Armstead.
Sactown Sports is your home for San Francisco 49ers football.
San Francisco!
This is Monster Jam. Witness big air, 2-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Golden One Center this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Great Clips. Visit monsterjam.com today.
2024 means it's time to start something new and save up to $20,000 off MSRP on a new 2023 Ram 1500 DT Crew Cab 4x4 Eco Diesel from Knight Elk Grove Dodge. During the Start Something New sales event, Knight Elk Grove Dodge has over 30 new 2023 Ram 1500 DT Eco Diesels, all up to $20,000 off MSRP in the Elk Grove Auto Mall and online at elkgrovecdjr.com. MSRP $73,635, net price $53,590 after $9,000 dealer discount and $10,045 in rebates. NPN 537381 expires 1/31/24.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
The first time I tried to quit vaping, I told myself that it was like a mountain that I had to climb over. And once I got to the other side, it would be clear. But I couldn't make it over. What really got me to quit was my little sister. I saw her vaping. So I was back in the mountain, but this time she was up there with me. It's weird what you can do for others that you won't do for yourself.
Every attempt is part of your story to quit for good. Visit Kick It California today at kickitca.org.
Have you ever envisioned having $500,000 in advertising to conquer the remodel market, but felt overwhelmed at the thought of going it alone? Now you don't have to. Join Subcontractors United and share your advertising with 2 other contractors in your trade. Get $500,000 in advertising for only $1,042 a month. We are so sure this will work that we're giving away free advertising until June 2024 to qualified contractors. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What does it feel like to file with TaxSlayer and get your guaranteed maximum refund? It feels like the last level of a video game, facing off against the final boss who stands between you and your refund.
All your refund is belong to me.
Using the power of TaxSlayer like a secret power-up he doesn't see coming.
Only the most tax confident can defeat me.
Throwing your laptop at his video game face and watching him crumble into a giant pile of shiny coin tax refunds.
Oh, not fair. You use TaxSlayer.
Save up to 80% when you file with TaxSlayer. Start for free.
Carmichael Dave here for Jiffy Lube, your proud sponsor of the Drive of the Game. Now listen to every Kings game for Gary Gerald's Drive of the Game call. Then listen to Jason and myself the next morning for a chance to win a $100 Jiffy Lube certificate, courtesy of all the Jiffy Lube locations in the greater Sacramento area. Get your vehicle ready for the holiday driving season at Jiffy Lube today. Oil changes, wiper blades, tire rotations, and more. For more information, go to jiffylube.com.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Is hot. Well, let me tell you before you get started, Chris, thanks to our friend Tall Chinese Guy. That's his name on Twitter. His real name is Kevin. He sent this link to David Lombardi, who said earlier this morning, Deebo Samuel update, no hairline fracture in his shoulder per Sunday's testing. Kyle Shanahan will speak this afternoon, and then we also heard it's a 50-50 shot. If he, speaking of shots, if I got to think, if it's not a hairline fracture, Deebo's taking the shot. They're gonna shoot him up
whatever
with
he needs,
God knows what, and he's going out there, and just having him out there, even as a decoy, is fantastic. No offense to Juwan Johnson, who is hot. It's attention time. That's why I paused. Because I knew I was going to get it wrong, and I always do. Who's hot?
Patrick Mahomes.
Hey.
27-24 win over the Buffalo Bills. Patrick Mahomes is going to his 6th straight AFC Championship game.
Is that good?
Mahomes has been a starter for the Chiefs for 6 seasons. So Mahomes has been a starter. Every year he's been a starter, he's gone to the AFC Championship game.
That's pretty darn good. Okay. Well, who's not?
The Nets. They lost to the Clippers 125-114 yesterday. They were outscored 22-0 to close out the game and did not score another point with 5.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Boy, you know what I think? I think Mikal Bridges needs a new I think he needs a new team. Don't you?
It's time.
I think it's time.
Come on over.
By the way, we don't have the time right now, but at some point we're going to get into this is the 31st 31st anniversary of this.
All right, are we all ready?
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Oh, say can.
All right, we'll do the rest of that later. When you hear that,
He ran the 100 faster than that.
it's the first thing you think of.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I think of Charlie Steiner.
Oh. Francis, what is it? Off-key?
Francis Scott off-key. Let's recap the pick six, please, if you will. Jason Ross, how did we do over the weekend?
Well, we had some predictions, and some were pretty good.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, we had some predictions.
We did. First San Francisco 49er to score, make points in the game. You said Moody.
Always do.
I said Kittle. Chris said CMC.
So good.
It was Kittle.
Hey, that
Who do
guy.
you think you are? I am.
You are.
That was
we had-
February 26, 2012.
What was?
The Who Do You Think You Are? I Am.
Oh, that was? Oh, this isn't the anniversary. It was just floating around.
Leading receiver in their yards. Davey said Ayuk for 81. I said McCaffrey for 77. Chris said Kittle for 83. Correct answer was Kittle for 81.
Sounds like Kittle is the pick so far.
Yes.
Okay, everyone's got one.
McCaffrey yards, rushing yards. Davey said 74. Chris said 92. I said 101. He had 98.
Jason Ross, who do you think you are? You are.
I am. Halftime score. Dave, you had 15-10 San Francisco. I had 21-9 San Francisco. Chris said 17-9 San Francisco. 7-6 San Francisco. I think that's you, Dave.
I finally am on the board.
Yeah.
I'm on the board. Yes.
Yes. Final score. Dave, you had 35-24 Green Bay. You were way off.
That was.
I had 31-16 San Francisco. Chris had 27-16 San Francisco. I think that's Chris.
I mean, sure. Yeah. It was. Kind of.
And lastly, a random stat.
Yeah.
Something that you thought might happen. In this
I honestly
game.
can't remember what I said.
You're going to like yours.
Okay.
Chris said there would be a safety in the game. There was not.
It was not.
There was a bunch all game long.
I said there would be a defense or special team score for the 49ers.
Ooh, so he tried, though.
He was trying to help me
He was
out.
trying.
Dave, you had a very specific random stat, and it reads here 2 Jordan Love interceptions. Right on.
Right on the money.
Yeah.
Dave Stradamus strikes again.
Boom.
It's attention time. It is attention time. We'll take a break. We'll do
Hey,
3 in the key at
later.
9:27.
Yeah,
later. Who do you think you are? Matt is. Matt Barrows. He's going to join us to talk about this big, barely win, but it's enough for the Niners. Matt Barrows from The Athletic joins us next.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
If that sound gives you nightmares, there's a cheap and easy way to avoid engines not firing. Stable, America's #1 fuel stabilizer, ensures quick and easy starts after storage. Stable's proprietary formula keeps fuel fresh for 2 years, outperforming competitors. Pour Stable in your gas can or directly into the tank of your car, truck, hybrid, boat, ATV, motorcycle, or lawnmower to prevent fuel-related engine problems that cost time and money. When you store, start with Stable.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with 0 down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit. I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store and I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
For sore feet, aching back, knee, or hip pain, come to the Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, or Vacaville.
Awesome. Hey, babe, can you check the front door? My package is here.
Yeah, on it. Hey, are we still watching our show tonight?
New episode on Prime? You bet. That reminds me, let's hit Whole Foods this afternoon. We need snack supplies.
From package deliveries to entertainment and even fresh groceries, Amazon is in front of thousands of customers every single day. Learn how you can leverage their reach for your business. Text digital to 916-766-5105 now. Make the smart move. Text digital to 916-766-5105.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
All right, it's a great way to bring Matt on. This is the Moving the Goalpost segment, brought to you by people that move goalposts. Quote, was it really truly a comeback? I mean, at the end, they start the fourth quarter down 7, but they kick a field goal, and it's really 4. I'm just saying a comeback is a double-digit deficit. When we all start talking about the 49ers being unable to come from behind, we're not talking about a 4-point come from behind situation. We're talking about double-digit deficits. That was Keyshawn Johnson on Undisputed this morning. So,
okay.
Atta babe, Key. Joining us right now from The Athletic, the beat writer, 4-year San Francisco 49ers. He was front and center for everything. Matt Barrows. Matt, whew, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, he wanted more anxiety.
Yeah. Golly.
Wasn't enough. Let's have a real comeback. Yeah.
Matt, you are a journalist with a capital J. I'm just honestly curious. This is probably a super unfair question, but you've also been around this team and you're a human being and you follow them and you cover them and you know them personally. Like, are you able to not stress out during is there a switch you can turn on, or do you just stress out but deal with it?
I stress out, but there's a different root cause to my stress. I mean, we have to file things right at the end of games, and you file it sort of in the vein of, okay, did they win or did they lose? And so a game like that where it's in the balance, you don't know what you're writing, and you've got to get down 8 floors to a press conference. And so that's my stress. You know, whether they win or they lose, I'm not so much stressing out about that as much as, oh, what am I going to write here and sometimes I have to write very quickly. So there's definitely stress in a close game, but not the same stress that a fan is going through.
Well, and I'm thinking, Matt, as you're doing this, you're probably formulating ideas and angles and stories. And so for a portion of that game, you're probably formulating, okay, a number 1 seed, a great year, but it's going to end because it did look like they might lose that game. What would have been some of your reasons why, if it in fact went that way?
Yeah, for sure. And I was doing exactly that. And earlier in the week, I had written a story about, the 49ers don't have a lot of weaknesses, but there are some. And these are the small cracks in this machine. And just about every one of them raised their head in that game. I mean, kickoff coverage was, and special teams was my number one item in that, and kickoff coverage was terrible. I don't know why they challenged the Green Bay Packers of all teams. They had the leading kick returner in the league. The guy's going to the Pro Bowl probably. And they decided, let's challenge this guy. And it did not work out. So that was bad. And then, I said, I had written that story on a Monday, and I said, there's a chance of rain this weekend, and Purdy isn't very good in the rain. And I think that came to bear too. Number 3 cornerback. That was another one, and it was clear that the Packers decided, okay, if we're going to target one guy, it's going to be Ambry Thomas, and they targeted him, and they were right. So those are things that the 49ers have to worry about against the Lions as well. I mean, I wasn't giving Matt LaFleur a guide for his game plan. I mean, these things were season-long and obvious, and the 49ers obviously were trying to change that number 3 cornerback situation up. They were excited about Jason Verrett. Jason Verrett would have been in the starting lineup or in the rotation for this game against the Packers had he not suffered a rotator cuff injury. So, I mean, these are the guys that are going to be on the 49ers for the NFC Championship, and if they win it, and for the Super Bowl as well.
Well, also, the other thing that reared its ugly head was being down in the fourth quarter as we kind of started the interview, and they took care of that. Now we hear that there's no hairline fracture, as was feared for Deebo Samuel. They say is a 50-50 chance to play. Matt, I'd said just before we went to break, you, of course, feel free to push back on me. You know better. This sounds like one of those, either he's going to be playing and fine, or they're going to take out the big mighty needle and shove him full of God knows what that I wouldn't want to touch, but football players will take to go out and play. I find it hard to believe if he doesn't have a hairline fracture that he wouldn't be playing against the Lions.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, you look back to 2021, that was a season where, Deebo just kind of took over. And the whole offense was geared around him. And by the end of that season, remember that Green Bay game in the snow, he was in and out of that game like 3 or 4 times. It was this, it was that. He was beat up as anybody on that team. And he kept playing, the following week in LA, and had to come out of that game as well. So yeah, he's one of those guys that I think you're going to have to, wild horses are going to have to drag him off the field. So yeah, I expect if there's a chance that he plays, he plays. He also has I don't know if he has a running feud, but there were some words spoken about him by one of the Lions defensive backs, and those types of things always get Deebo fired up. You saw how he played in Philadelphia earlier this season. So yeah, all those things together, if there's a chance, I think he's going to play.
Talking with Matt Barrows, again brought to you by Stockton Honda, Northern California's #1 Honda dealer. In a game that they win by 3, Matt, and made enough defensive plays. Obviously, the 2 interceptions by Greenlaw were critical. The fact that the 2 early drives held them to field goals, those were important. But overall, not a lot of pressure on Jordan Love. No sacks. The situation where I didn't feel like they had the impact defensively, and a ton of pass interference calls against the group. What did you think about the defensive performance?
Yeah, for a while there, especially the first half, I thought that, I think this was sort of a catch-all for the whole team. I mean, we were talking about rest versus rust, and The 49ers did their best to sort of keep things sharp. They had really intense practices over their bye week, one of which they put on the pads, which you never hear about. You never hear about it from, late November onward, much less in January. So Shanahan was cognizant of that and guarded against it. But I just don't think, I don't know if it's addressable, if it's curable when you have all that time off. And I thought that the Packers were the team that was in rhythm, in sync, and the 49ers weren't. And I think the defense was part of that. But you're right. I mean, a lot of pressures on Jordan Love. I think a different quarterback, you would have seen some of those sacks. I think he did a good job of getting rid of the ball. He looked really good in the first half. But, at the end of the game, he's got 194 passing yards, and he's got 2 interceptions, and his passer rating is 72.4. So, the 49ers eventually did a good job against this passing game. The running game was something totally different. 136 yards total. Aaron Jones with 108, 53 coming on one run. That's something that the 49ers just hadn't given up all season. I know, and they were worried about Jones going into the game. They saw what he did against the Cowboys. But you would have thought that they would have gotten on that. That's something that they've been really good at over the last 3 seasons. And they had Eric Armstead back. And Eric Armstead, I thought, played really well. So there was just something off there. I think Chase Young coming in for Cleveland Farrell was part of that. But again, it was just sort of a half step behind for most of the game. But then at the end, both sides of the ball started to pick it up. And so the hope, obviously, for the 49ers is that, okay, we had that rest versus rust issue. We took an entire game to sort of work through it, and now we're back to where we were. That's a hope. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Once you kind of stop that momentum, is it possible to kind of retrieve it and get it back?
Matt Barrows with us. That kind of leads into my question. You mentioned Brock Purdy's struggles in the rain. Not sure quite yet what the forecast is. I haven't looked for Santa Clara next weekend, but do you leave that game worried about Brock Purdy, or do you think, like you just said, they might have figured it out? And is that something that Niner fans really need to look at going into Detroit?
I don't think it's going to rain, and it's well documented that once the heavens open up, Brock Purdy doesn't play very well, and he admitted to, he was wearing a glove on the sideline, then he took it off, didn't love it. So there's some insecurity there when it rains, and I thought that the way that he finished up that game, was obviously encouraging. But yeah, I mean, that's a big deal because, in future seasons, you're going to run into bad weather here, even in California. It rains in California in the winter. You might have to go up to Green Bay. You might have to play in New York. You might have to play in Philadelphia, those types of situations. So, I think the silver lining in those clouds is that it's supposed to be 68 degrees on Sunday, and it's not supposed to rain, and it could be sunny. So, peak Brock Purdy weather, and the hope is that he looks like October Brock instead of January Brock.
Matt, how do you think the matchup will look this weekend? What are some of the things that the Niners can do to the Lions on Sunday?
Well, I mean, we saw what the Packers didn't really have a number one receiver. I know that Romeo Doubs is probably their best guy, but they spread the ball around. The Lions like to go after one guy, and the 49ers have had some success in having Charvarius Ward follow the opponent's number one receiver around the field. I wonder whether that's a solution to their number 3 cornerback problem. The Lions run the ball really well. I think their rookie has gotten better and better as the season's gone on. So, I mean, Dan Campbell's going to do what he does best, which is run the ball and try to kind of bloody up the opponent. That those 108 yards to Aaron Jones, I think, are really going to catch the Lions' attention and make them think that hey, you know what? We too can run the ball against this defense. And that's something that the 49ers are going to have to sharpen up. Chase Young is going to have to sharpen up. The tackling on the corners, I thought that was an issue throughout the game. Ambry Thomas again. So all of that has to get better. And I think the 49ers' hope is that one game that they had to sort of get back into the flow of things will be enough so that they're ready for the Lions on Sunday.
So, Matt, Dave Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs are going to try to have their field day, and Niners are pretty good deep. The problem is Lions don't really go deep that often. Maybe Josh Reynolds is an exception. What answers, if any, are they going to have for Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Well, I thought that one of the good things to come out of the Green Bay game is that Dre Greenlaw looked a lot like his 2021, 2022 self. He and Fred Warner played really well. Like I said, I thought Eric Armstead, I was kind of looking for rust on him. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He looked great, like somebody who had really sort of taken advantage of the rest and had fresh legs. So I think that he's going to be, great, good pressure up the middle. I'm not sure whether Javon Hargrave had that same pressure. But those two together, if they're both firing on all cylinders, then you're disrupting Jared Goff from the center of the line. Historically, that's been a great way to kind of get any quarterback, particularly Goff, off of his game. So I think that's going to be key. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I mean, on paper, they match up really well against the Lions. The Lions' defense isn't great. But we also, thought that about the Packers. The Packers didn't have a great passing defense throughout the season. And yet Brock Purdy was obviously uncomfortable throwing against them right off the bat, almost threw that pick to Darnell Savage on the first drive. And from that point on, he just looked hesitant. He did not look confident. And I think that the rain played a part in that. I think that the soft coverage that the Packers were using took away a lot of the Brandon Ayuk stuff. No Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel would have been a real asset in a game like Saturday's, where Purdy's not going deep very much. Like I said, soft coverage. That's a Deebo game. No Deebo, all of a sudden that changes things up. So there were a lot of sort of understandable elements to why Purdy didn't have a great game. I think that the 49ers, knowing who's going to be out there on Sunday, a fair weather outing, I think all of those things are going to be in Brock Purdy's favor.
Matt, on the Deebo front, I agree with you because I think McCaffrey ran the ball pretty well, and they didn't quite get the balance that they normally have. But if Deebo's in, maybe there's 4 or 5 Deebo runs that I also think just make the Niners that much more explosive and take 5 passing attempts away, and that gets closer to the balance that they look for.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Finding balance on offense is the key. I mean, that's what the Packers did. I think that was one of the sort of underlying themes of that game. In the run up, it was all about how suddenly Matt LaFleur can run the Shanahan offense. He doesn't have Aaron Rodgers there anymore. He doesn't have to kind of lean on what Rodgers likes and what Rodgers has done in the past. He can run a version of that offense that looks a lot like how Shanahan did for a while. I wrote this on Twitter that he was out Shanahan-ing Shanahan. Some of those play calls were fantastic. The touchdown to Kraft, the tight end, he was wide open, and they followed that up with a 2-point conversion to Aaron Jones. He was wide open. And 49ers said afterwards that LaFleur was pulling plays out of his playbook that they just hadn't seen before on tape. So it was really, that's something also to take into account. They were playing a team that was performing at its peak. And there was a really good chemistry between play caller and quarterback and play caller and the offense. And the 49ers kind of took those blows and they won the game. And they can move on. So, the question is whether the Lions are playing at the same rate, the same sense of rhythm as the Packers were.
So here we go. Fun fact: the last time the Lions won a conference title game was against the Niners on the road back in the 50s, I believe. So what's there?
Were you there for that, Dave? Did you watch that one in person?
As a matter of fact, I was. Popcorn was great. Let me tell you, it was amazing. Can the 40, not can they, of course they can. Would you still feel the same? You said earlier the Niners are going to win this game. You think they're going to win this game. Do you feel the same way if Debo doesn't play?
Yeah, I do. Because like I said, losing Debo in the second quarter, which is what happened, is different than not having Debo all week and knowing that you're not going to have Debo Samuel. The game plan just is different. The play calls are different. So, I mean, I think the 49ers would be basically better prepared for not having him, obviously. And there's just so many other stars on this team. I mean, you saw George Kittle led the team in receiving, and that can happen against the Lions as well. I mean, that's another theme, is that they keep playing teams that don't have the greatest linebackers in the world, and you would think that a 49ers team can really kind of feast on that. So obviously having Debo is much better, but knowing that you're not going to have him, I think it's better than the situation on Saturday.
How did you think overall Shanahan's game plan was, and how he coached that game?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I think when you lose Debo Samuel, that changes things. I think, if Brock Purdy is uncomfortable and not, throwing the ball as accurately as he normally does because of the rain, that sort of makes the play caller look bad as well. So I think all that factored in. The big coaching decision that I questioned was, why they decided to kind of challenge the Packers on those kick returns. I mean, it seemed like the 49ers had concluded at the end of the season, like the last third of the season, say, they decided, okay, this kickoff trick that we're trying where Moody kicks it short into the corner, and they love the fact that Moody can do that. That's one of the reasons they drafted him in the third round. He's good on kickoff. He can put the ball wherever he wants. But they just don't have the guys to cover it. And so they decided to challenge the Green Bay Packers, who had one of the best kick returners in the league. And they were terrible at it. I mean, there's no two ways about it. And so by the end of the game, they went back to let's just do touchbacks every time. And that's been a question I get all the time. Does Moody have the leg to do a touchback every time? Yes, he does. He absolutely does. But they choose not to a lot of the time because he also can put it into that corner. But boy, it just seems like a gamble not worth taking, given what we've seen all season and what we saw on Saturday.
Matt, how would you grade Kyle Shanahan on Saturday?
Yeah. I mean, the whole team seemed off. I mean, out of rhythm, didn't come out well. But I do know that they were sort of guarding against that. They knew that was a possibility, and I think that Shanahan did everything in his power to make sure that they didn't fall out of rhythm. But it didn't work. It's a good question because their whole season was geared on, let's just get the number one seed. If we get the number one seed, then we get all that rest and we get home field advantage. And so they get all that rest and it works against them, and they get home field advantage and then it works against them too, because they play on this wet field and the Packers are fine on the field. I saw one Packer slip. It was Aaron Jones, and he was sort of running laterally and tried to make a cut, and he slipped. And the 49ers were slipping and sliding everywhere. I mean, that field affected one team, and it happened to be the home team. So my point is, even your wildest dreams, your number one goal, you succeed on it, and even that can sort of backfire on you.
Matt Barrows writes for The Athletic. No one does it better. He will be out there Championship Sunday, hoping to punch a ticket to Las Vegas, just like those 50-plus players and the rest of the coaching staff for the San Francisco 49ers. Relax, rest those fingers, Matt, those typing fingers. get all ready for Sunday, and we will see you on Monday.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Talk to you then.
Thank you, partner. It's Matt Barrows of The Athletic. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, 3 in the key, and a really cool thing that happened in sports over the weekend that might have gotten buried by everything else. We'll do that next.
The 49ers earned the NFC's top seed.
On the first play of the game, CMC Dynamite!
Join all of our shows. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Dials, and Watkins. And the Drive Guys as they follow their quest for a 6th Super Bowl title.
Pressured right away by Young and sacked by Eric Armstead.
Sactown Sports is your home for San Francisco 49ers football.
San Francisco!
Jackson Hewitt has a plan to get your tax refund fast with a buck here, buck there. Here a buck, there a buck, everywhere a buck.
You don't have to wait weeks for your tax refund. Get money sooner with a no-fee refund advance loan at Jackson Hewitt.
On this loan, there's a money today guarantee. E-I-E-I-Do.
Don't settle for chicken feed. Get fast bucks at Jackson Hewitt today. No-fee refund advance loans by Republic Bank offered to eligible clients. Money today guarantee if approved for a loan on a prepaid card. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Morning rain on this Monday, and we'll taper to just some showers as we go through later this morning and into the afternoon. We'll stay under mostly cloudy skies with highs near 60. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Don't miss out on New Year's savings at Folsom Lake Kia. Low prices and payments on your favorite new Kia models. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia, right here in Sacramento for over 25 years, or FolsomLakeKia.com.
Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And if you've even thought of replacing your old, outdated, inefficient windows, now is the time to take action.
Right now at Bell Brothers, when you buy one window, you'll get the second one for 30% off. That's right. Buy one, get the second one 30% off.
That's real savings, up to $6,000. You have to buy at least 4 windows to qualify, and you can't mix windows and doors. But beyond that, every second window is 30% off.
For example, when you buy 10 windows, you will get 5 windows at 30% off. We also have 0% interest financing available for qualified buyers. Call for details.
To take advantage of our buy one, get one 30% off sale, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
It's time to buck up Sacramento. The professional bull riders are back. PBR Sacramento Wrangler Long Live Cowboys Classic will take over downtown's Golden One Center this February 2nd through 4th. 3 huge nights of edge-of-your-seat bucking, featuring some of the biggest bulls and toughest cowboys on the planet. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster. Get your tickets for a weekend of non-stop bucking action this February 2nd through 4th.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
Whitey here reminding you that not all grills are created equal. Start your 2024 grilling season right with a new lifetime warranty Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers. My personal Napoleon P500 series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro. It's incredible. Napoleon Prestige grills Versatile grilling for every occasion. Form, function, and luxury can come in the same package. Just go to your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply for the best selection today, or visit Napoleon.com for a dealer near you.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
3 in the key to get to for tonight. Our thanks to Matt Barrows as well. Jason, how would you grade Kyle Shanahan?
I don't know. Let me think about that one.
One thing that happened over the weekend that I thought was really cool happened for the first time since 1991. We had an amateur win a PGA golf tournament. Nick Dunlap, who he had the lead going into the fourth round. This is down in I played this course. It was super cool. It was one of the PGA West down in La Quinta.
Okay.
And they remember last year when the picture I put out of my broken driver after I threw it. Remember that? Mm-hmm. That was that course.
Oh, fun.
Okay. So just for all those wondering, well, how good are the pros? I broke my driver. It was so bad. We were playing a scramble. That's 4 people. All 4 of us hit. We take the best ball available. We hit that ball. Keep repeating. Then you get on the green. We all 4 putt. Take the best putt. You know what I'm saying? So you have 4 people playing this course, and I never forget. I still have the scorecard. Now, obviously, the 4 of us aren't good golfers, but we were +3, and we were happy with it. This is a Pete Dye course, and anybody who knows anything about Pete Dye courses knows he likes making you want to quit golf.
He likes making you want it. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, he is so stupid. So he's a bad designer in the sense that he's a sneaky little bastard.
Yeah. Sneaky Pete.
Nick Dunlap playing just himself, and he's an amateur, and he's currently in college. His 4-round score was -29. Man, -29, which means on average, you're slightly better than 7 under par every day. That's how good these guys are. And he didn't get a penny. $1.5 million.
Where does that go?
That went to Christian Bezuidenhout, who finished in second from South Africa.
The best second place finish ever.
$1.5 million. Kevin Yu and Xander Schauffele, along with Justin Thomas, split third place, $635,000 apiece. I got to be honest. I don't know if this is an option, but this is the one thing I would like to find out. I imagine the answer is no, but at any point during the tournament, including on the final hole, did he have the opportunity to turn pro? Like, could he just forego? Like, is $1.5 million? You're obviously going to be a professional golfer. You have a $1.5 million check chilling, and you're like, I'm going to go back to college.
Don't you think there could be something where they put it in a trust for you?
Yes, it's so unfair, dude. Especially in this day and age of name, image, likeness, and college players making $2 million a year. Why is it fair for Caleb Williams to make God knows what he's making, and Nick Dunlap has to give back $1.5 million because he's got to go back to Oklahoma or Texas or whatever school he's
Alabama.
in. Alabama, thank you. Same thing. Whatever. I mean, he shot a 60 in round 3. And the best part was he had a double bogey. He hit the water, and he fell behind. He had the lead going in. He fell behind. He was behind for most of the final round, and he came back and he won the thing. And you're staring down Justin Thomas and Xander Schauffele and all these guys that are I think he was playing with Sam Burns and Justin Thomas. You're staring these guys down. I think he's a sophomore, 20. So good.
How do you plan that? Just handle your emotions of that.
Talk about, this is a guy that I'll bet you, if he's a sports fan, he's just like, well, we lost. Like right now during the Kings losing streak. That is the biggest thing that amazes me. You play golf, I play golf. how they control it. You'd be a good professional golfer. If you had the skill, I think you'd be the guy that could like control your emotions.
You're Happy Gilmore throwing clubs.
100%. I'm out there
taunting everyone else.
Just stabbing myself with my putter.
That's not your putter.
How would you grade his performance at the
how would I grade Kingman's performance?
We've got 3 in the key right now. Just remember, if you're tired of sports, don't forget you've got 105.1 KNCI down the street for all your
down the street,
down the hall, down the street for all your country music needs. 3 in the key. What's going on tonight? Hawks, Kings, this time for real. Sactown Sports.
All right, so revenge game day for Kevin Herter. He's playing his old team. So how many points for old Red Velvet?
So he had a career high 31. I'll say 17. Still a good night.
I have him for 16.
I'll take 15.
Wow.
I'm pinched.
I'm pinched.
Dave, we are looking for, because this has been a problem for the Kings this season, large deficits. What will be the Kings' largest deficit in this game?
I'm going to try something new. Their largest deficit, they're not trailing.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're not trailing the whole game. Wire-to-wire victory.
Okay. Mine is 9. 9.
German for no, meaning they will not trail either.
Chris?
6.
All right. Random stat could be your wire-to-wire win. You want something else?
Yeah. Coach Mike Brown's son will chide me on Twitter for being angry at the loss today. No, I mean, I feel like a random stat could be they win. But I will say that we will hear at least twice the DeMontis Sabonis chant tonight. That means he's going to have 2 and 1s.
Oh, yeah, they play it.
Yeah. Man.
I'm going to have 2 Kings will score 30 or more.
Oh. 30 or more?
Yeah. Chris?
The Kings will win by 15 or more.
I hope you're right.
There you go.
We used to have a segment since the Keith Brooks version of the show has come up a few times today. There was one thing we used to do there that, I don't know, that last thing made me think maybe we should bring back, because I feel like Chris would actually really enjoy this. We used to, at the end of every show, our final segment was red cards, where somebody said something incredibly stupid or did something really dumb, they get a red card. I think it was Mike D that would read them off, if I remember correctly. It was a blast from the past. The only problem is I'm the only one that would ever get red cards. I don't think you would ever get a red card.
I might.
You might get a yellow.
Yeah.
By the way, Zach Ertz has signed with the Lions. That hurts. He'll be playing this Sunday.
Really? That fast?
I guess. Well, it'd be kind of dumb if he didn't, though, right? They just signed him
for next year.
For the Super Bowl or next year. Yeah, he's playing, dude. He is playing, so you're going to have Laporta on one side and Ertz on the other.
Laporta and Ertz.
Ertz and Laporta.
Yeah.
TNT. They're a legal team. What was the one? Jacoby and Isles or whatever?
No, wait.
What was Mark Paul Gosselaar? Was that? Oh, I'm thinking the wrong thing.
You're
Saved by the Bell?
No. There was it was like Jacoby.
Rizzoli and Isles, but that is
I know what you're talking about. It's like Basher and something.
Yeah. I'm mixing the two of them up, but yes. 100%.
Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch wasn't this was like a random thing I remember from Turner and Hooch. Wasn't Tom Hanks about to get transferred up to Sacramento? Or was that the one? Wasn't Jim Belushi in a movie with a dog where he was a cop or something? So Turner and Hooch was
K9, I think, right?
K9. In one of those movies, somebody was getting transferred to Sacramento. And I just remember being like, hey, that's us.
Is it weird that I still feel like that during like movies and TV shows?
When they say Sacramento? Yeah. Oh, dude. No. Although I think now that I'm older, I'm realizing the whole plot was basically he was trying to save himself from being transferred to Sacramento. So not that great.
I think in the movie Sinister, there is a couple that was murdered in Sacramento before you.
That's us.
Yes.
We're the ones that did the murdering. Yes, Sacramento. What did Greta Gerwig came out, I think, a week or two ago saying she wants to do 2 more movies set in Sacramento. That's a great idea.
I am available.
8 is Enough was set in Sacramento. Or any other Sacramento?
Did he work for? It wasn't the Bee, but it was a newspaper.
Yeah, but it was like it wasn't the Union either.
Even Stevens.
Yeah.
Oh, with beans?
With beans.
That was in Sacramento?
Yep.
And really, what you got? Lady Bird? Wasn't
was
there a road trip movie? Was that Gerwig attached to?
I think there's one coming out.
About that's been coming out forever.
American Beauty
was here.
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I 100% believe you. I just got to read about. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Boy, there's a movie that kind of gets lost.
Gee, I wonder why.
American Beauty. Wow. I did not know that. That was a good, weird movie, too.
It won Best Picture.
It did win Best Picture.
Somehow.
I didn't know that. I can't see anything in here about Sacramento, but after being filmed in California, okay.
Like the final shot, it's like up above East Sac, and you see like Mercy Hospital.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The opening flyover goes right before. And by the way,
doesn't Rocky run up the steps of the Capitol?
That's where the statue is.
Yeah.
And 8 is enough. The newspaper that he worked for, the Sacramento Register.
Oh.
Yeah. How about that? Where are we at?
The Bradford family.
He's not still with
Howard the Duck was shot in Sacramento.
Well, we try to forget about that.
Wasn't I know it was out like in Auburn area. Phenomenon, maybe?
I think you're right.
Yes.
I think you're 100% right.
I remember that.
Hey, by the way, I liked that movie.
I did too.
Like a weird time for it. It was like Phenomenon. Didn't Phenomenon and Powder come around the same time?
Also filmed in Sacramento. No. Why is this funny to Chris?
Powder is such a weird movie.
It really is.
I saw Phenomenon.
We started watching Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. My kids had never seen it before, which really struck me. And then I said, "Have you seen this movie, Percy Jackson?"
No.
Yeah, it's really stupid. I forgot how dumb it was. It was like, let's rip off Harry Potter and a bunch of other stuff, and this kid's the son of Poseidon and Zeus.
I know you like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I do like Harry Potter. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, let's crosstalk, shall we?
Yeah.
We also have celebrity birthdays as well. How are they today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
No, it's okay.
Pretty okay. All right, we'll do all that coming up.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and all NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Right now, American Energy offering $0 HVAC diagnostics. That's normally $99 for nothing. Let the American Energy team test your system, connections, and all the moving parts of your system to ensure it's functioning properly. Let me say that again. $0 to get your HVAC diagnostic-ted. That's not even a word. That's normally $100. Making the uncomfortable comfortable. That's what American Energy does. That's what they've done since 1981. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since then. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Do it before January 31st or go to AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at gawon'twait.com. That's gawon'twait.com.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah, that's the show. And that is. Hey, here's a question. When you guys come on, because this is how the show started. It has been a Monday. When you guys come on the air, have you ever had an ad for KNCI play right before you start talking or no? Does that happen to you guys at all, or is it just us? The one where it's like, hey, we know you love your sports, but if you want to listen to Can. No,
we get the country in the park one, but that's really
but that's not. But no, it's literally an ad. That is. Do we still have that, Chris? It's literally an ad. Saying, hey, it said we know. In fact, they just redid it because I think Pat does it now. But the old voice guy said, "We know you love your sports." Here you go. Roll the tape here.
Sometimes you're feeling like country music.
Last night we let the liquor talk. Heart, don't forget something like that.
Make sure you check out New Country 105.1 KNCI.
That literally played right before our show opened.
Bangers, though.
And it happens. They were bangers. Yeah. I'll admit. And that happens all the time.
Yeah,
I just didn't know. I honestly wanted to know if
you just wanted to hear it again because I told you it didn't happen. And then you said, "Here, Chris, go ahead and play it again."
Play it again. It's attention time. We've been doing reads for KNCI all day because you know what? Just go with it.
Yeah.
You know,
KNCI's a
powerhouse,
tiny little station down there.
Yeah,
they need publicity.
Today's National Polka Dot Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody own anything with polka dots?
I was changing the baby yesterday. She had on polka dot pants.
Well. I guess technically you own that. But.
Sure, I got a Dusty Rhodes shirt around somewhere.
Is that polka dots? Is that his thing? Hey, AEW. AEW, that'd be a good thing.
Are you offering?
No. I had a friend who just took a job with them.
Really?
Yeah, for real. Honestly.
What's the job?
I'll tell you off the
Okay.
Not a wrestler.
This is like the most interested
I know. Chris, like, tell me more.
Yeah. Cover letter.
How would you grade Pal Shannon? National Blonde Brownie Day.
Yes. Oh, I'm in. Also known as a blondie.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm the brownie expert. I don't know what this
Blondies are great.
Blondies are
really. Everyone knows. Almost everyone. It says almost everyone knows a blonde brownie is similar to a chocolate brownie. But in place of cocoa, bakers use brown sugar, giving it a sweet tooth, satisfying molasses flavor. I don't think I've ever had. Honestly, I think I have had one, but I just thought it was a cookie.
Yeah.
Like a cookie brownie.
Those are brookies.
Yeah. That's a blonde brookie. That's a blookie.
So, hold on. So, there's a blonde brownie and a cookie brownie, and they're different.
Brownie cookie.
They're different.
There's a brookie.
Yeah.
Those that you're
blondie.
seeing, I've never had a blondie with chocolate chips.
Yeah,
my blondies are just straight blonde.
That looks like cookies.
Yeah,
I think those are brookies.
That's a brookie.
That's a brookie, yeah.
Anyone ever microwave a little peanut butter and swirl it into your brownie mix before you throw it in the oven?
Nope.
No, I just go a la mode.
A la mode with the ice cream?
Of course.
Yeah. Which would you rather have if you have a slice of pumpkin pie? We had this dilemma last night. My son has been begging us.
Yeah,
what?
You still have pumpkin pie?
Well, we've had this pumpkin pie in the freezer, and my son, like every other day, is like, "Hey, when are we going to make the pumpkin pie?" And we made it, and we realized we didn't have whipped cream, but we did have vanilla ice cream. So you have to choose one or the other to go with your pumpkin pie. Do you
No, those are two similar textures. No, I'm out.
On
pumpkin pie and ice cream, no.
Yeah, okay. So pumpkin pie and whipped cream.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
But because pumpkin pie isn't really that warm.
Yeah, we ate it warm in this case because we all had to go to bed, and he would have been, really sad because we walked him through how to make. He's not the most culinarily. He's just a lazy ass, like every teen. But we walked him through it. It was good.
Master Chef Junior. Well
there. Celebrity birthdays. I don't know if you know this, Jason. Yeah. Brought to you by Crumble Cookies.
Yes.
Listen, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Hopefully get some tonight.
Cookies.
Cookies. Back
It's
to
attention
time. It's a bad Monday. Need to go home.
Happy birthday, George
Clooney.
Papadopoulos.
Straight.
Stephanopoulos.
George Washington. Heavenly birthday.
George Seifert.
Oh. Still with us.
Still with us.
83 today. He's actually 83. 83. Yeah, he's 2 years older than my dad. I remember that.
That's right.
So you can't be wrong.
No, I'm not. It's 83 for sure.
81.
I'll say 79.
85.
We have a tie. He's 84.
Oh, that's right. He's 4 years older than my dad. Keep forgetting.
Happy birthday.
Everybody's so quiet. It's making me nervous.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Papa.
Luke and Bill.
Popovich.
Yeah, that's a good one.
E-Peck.
Craig
Or E-Peck.
Odom.
Odin? Yeah, that's it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Greg Oden. Greg
How old
Oden is 32.
Oh, he should still be playing.
Agreed.
Well,
He should.
his knees said otherwise.
Oh, his knees are 84.
His niece said,
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
What did you say?
32.
I said, I'm not playing.
No.
He said 32.
I think he's but not by much. I'm going to say 34.
Older. 36.
37.
We have a correct answer, and it is Chris Watkins, 36.
Well
Kevin
done.
Durant draft.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just
that's
right.
right.
drafted you.
That's right.
Happy
knows.
birthday, Ray.
Mancini. Mancini.
Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray.
Tristan Allen.
Ray Knight.
McCallum.
You say Gray or Ray?
Ray. Sorry.
Oh,
Leonard.
Ray Donovan.
It is Ray Rice's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, mood change. Former Ravens running back.
Now he.
This is a
probably
Nate
32.
birthday pick.
33.
32.
232 is a 33. What did you say, Chris?
34.
He's probably right.
He's closest. 37.
Oh.
All right.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Guy.
Fieri.
Smiley.
That's it.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
That's my guy.
Guy Fieri.
I'll meet him one day.
Guy, you should. Yeah,
Well, he's
on
on the show.
He's been in
I
here
don't think
before.
so.
He's not his aunt?
No,
I don't think
but
he was in this building.
He's the mayor of
you're
Flavortown.
Okay, well, yeah.
He is. Guy Fieri is 55.
I think he's older than that. His son is now done with UNLV, which is where Guy also went to school.
How about Hunter?
Hunter and Ryder, yeah. So Guy is probably 58.
I'll say 60.
I'll take 59 then.
56. Carmichael Dave closest.
Yeah. I had 2 restaurants here.
Happy birthday,
Doesn't anymore.
Dylan
Brooks.
That's
Dylan
the-
Brooks.
That's the correct
Mulvaney.
answer.
Oh, okay.
Dylan Brooks. How old is Dylan Brooks today?
26.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, 27.
Yeah, 27.
Either 27 or I'll say 28.
29.
We have a correct answer. It is Chris Watkins, 28.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, he's
Thank you,
old.
Dylan.
Let's see. What else do we have left here? Oh, happy birthday. I'll have DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh. He's 60 today. It's a big
big
6-0 for him.
Parents just don't understand.
Is DJ Jazzy Jeff the news of the John Oateses?
No.
Is DJ Jazzy Jeff the Garfunkel of John Oateses?
No.
Okay.
Anyway.
How old was Fieri?
56.
Say Jazzy Jeff is 58.
Yeah. You said what?
60.
59.
61.
We have a correct answer. It is Alan Styles, 59.
Get on there.
Let's see. I don't think. Happy birthday, Steve.
Harvey.
Urkel.
Perry.
Perel.
Wow. Perel. Steve Perry was right. I heard it.
Oh, Steve Perry.
From Journey.
Oh, Sherry.
Big time Giants fan. Probably a Niners fan.
Yeah.
Steve's 65.
Yep, that's right.
Maybe the greatest rock voice in history.
63.
63, 65.
67.
60?
Okay. We are not even in the right decade.
Oh, he's 70 something?
75.
No.
So I was right.
That's
what I was hearing.
Looks great.
Last one. Are we done? Oh, happy birthday, Caitlin.
Jenner. What?
I'm just thinking.
It's the
I'm trying
first
to think of
Caitlin
other
that came to
Caitlins.
mind.
Yeah.
Clark.
That's it.
Oh.
Caitlin Clark.
Ooh, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Got injured.
Not great.
Yeah.
Celebrating a birthday.
Wasn't awesome.
Do you see the theory out there that she zoomed into the Ohio State fan?
She definitely.
Yeah, that
ran
was
into-
Jason telling you that.
Yeah.
Well, there are definitely people saying she sold.
I obviously don't pay attention to anything Jason says. We've established this already. I don't pay attention to his burrito stories from Costco, and pay attention to Caitlin Clark's story, and pay attention to the Kyle Shanahan question. Jason is just you're in, what is it between the limbo? Purgatory, that one. She is 21.
Who are you referring to?
Caitlin.
I didn't ask Caitlin Clark.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
You said
Stay
21.
with the bit.
I was seriously about to, yeah.
That's probably right. So I'm just going to say there's no way it's 21, but I'm going to say 20.
22.
21.
All right. We have a correct answer. It is 22.
Wow, she's old.
I almost went over.
Big C.
All right. Anyone work out over the weekend in an empty gym and film it?
That was I.
Hey, you did.
That's right. That's right. Hey,
was awesome.
before you pick up that chicken wing.
That's
Get your
right.
work in.
Get your work in.
Yeah. I had brisket and homemade chili over the weekend.
Get your work in first?
I 100% did. I did. I got some work the next morning, too.
Oh,
The sit-ups.
that's too much.
Squats. What's coming up on the show today?
You asking me?
I don't know. I always ask him.
That is true.
All right, we
Well,
ran
I
out of
never
time.
really know.
You don't know?
No.
All right, I'm going to guess something with the Kings.
There you go.
Something with the Niners.
Oh, yeah.
Milford
Something with
Grosso at 11.
Okay.
And
Okay.
is Brock
Nailed it.
Purdy the next Joe Montana?
Oh, golly.
Good,
I'm
we're there.
tuning in for that one then. I'm going to call in and get angry.
Good.
We'll do all that next. Styles.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.